Hello, my green skins, and welcome to the return of Space Geeks. We're going to be looking at some comics, but something dropped in the last couple of days, and I figured, being that this channel is a pop culture channel and a gaming channel, we're going to have some fun. Today we have Bob, and when DJ can come in, he'll pop in and say hi, and we'll probably get started with some of the other stuff. But right now, we're going to watch this, because this was pretty epic. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. All right, let's get stowing. This is the Alex trailer. A lot of people are they're liking this new darker Alex. In Street Fighter 3, he was supposed to be like the new baby face, like the main character. But they
Kind of like
made them
a replacement for Terry or something like that.
No, he's supposed to be a replacement for Ryu. Ryu and Ken.
Okay.
Yeah, the Fireball boys. But the problem with that is how many players like playing grapplers? One, how many players are like the normies are always going to like the Fireball boys because the Fireball boys.
They like Shotos, because if I'm not mistaken, that's the fighting style. You have good mid with a projectile attack. It's very simple, easy to maintain.
Rush, yeah, and you can rush. You can properly rush with those characters with no problem. And that's the thing. Like I like to call them button mash for the win, and both those guys are kind of that button mash and feel. Now that's not insulting the Fireball boys. Trust me, I know. I use the Fireball boys myself. They're my favorite characters are like Ken.
Oh, dude, you can't knock just a good standard, all right?
Yeah,
It's a good midliner
like,
for anybody to learn the building blocks from.
Yeah, exactly. Ken's a good example of this. Ken has always been a great example of this for that. So
I will add, this guy being like partial grappler and striker is like, it reminds me of my favorite moves from Kano.
My problem
Kano had a mixture of flicking himself, and he had some grabs, but they're very simple. It's like forward triangle on PlayStation. Yeah. It's a very basic grab that throws your enemy on the floor. You can juggle off of that.
My big problem with this Alex character is, you have Zangief, you have Honda, you have the other guy, you have this other. There's a lot of grapplers and a lot of guys that do exactly the same thing.
Honda
Alex
grapples?
Well, yeah, there is.
I did not know Honda had. Well, obviously every character has their command grab. Everyone has that.
Yeah,
but it's like Honda, I know Zangief obviously, but I never knew Honda to actually have.
Well, it's that big power. It's that big power. It's that big move. It's that big grab.
I just know him to fling his whole body at you, hitting you with his headbutt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's that big power. It's that big move. It's that big thing. That's what I'm saying. We have so many right now in this. Do we really need another one of these? Like, we have no really think about it. There's only like 3 floaters in this rendition of Street Fighter.
When you say floater, what do you mean?
Characters that move super quick and they don't do the damage that the other guys
down.
Yeah.
There's the term is rush down. And you got Lily, you have who else?
The Ninja Girl.
Yeah, you got her.
Everybody else is fucking mid if you think about it. Everybody else is a mid fighter. Like Alex is the pretty boy.
Oh, Cammy is like a counter rush down.
I guess she's Cammy. Chun-Li, both Cammy and Chun-Li don't fall under that. Jury does not fall under that. Jury's a rush. Cammy's a rush. Cammy's a rush. Jury's a rush. And Chun-Li has always been a rush. They're the rushing characters. Floaters are characters that bounce around the field and they kind of move quick, and it's all about the fast-paced maneuvering.
So you're thinking like Chip Zenough from Guilty Gear, because that guy, he's the fastest but has the lowest health pool, and is all about fast light attacks. Yeah. Fast-paced, fast, quick strikes, that type of stuff. Again, I'm talking a little bit out of my ass here because I only know the names based off what me and my buddies put. Hello, DJ, I believe.
Hello.
Hey, DJ.
Hello,
hey,
hello, Bob and Orc. I did not just say round eye.
Hey, that's
Are we
okay.
live?
Yes, we are
Yeah, we're
live.
live.
We are live. We are live
Oh.
on. We are actually staring at. I'm staring at the chat right now, making sure anybody doesn't pop in when we got to pop in.
Yeah.
I'm just
You don't gotta worry about nothing, DJ. We all got a brown eye here.
Are we on Rumble or YouTube?
YouTube. So watch
okay.
what you say. Although this is going to be a hard one. We have some things to talk about, but first off, you might want to watch the live stream. We're going to be watching the new Street Fighter 6 trailer for Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I think the part that
I'm glad we're doing something for Alex, but who's Alex? I mean, they better appreciate it that we're watching it for them.
Okay, a little backstory for those that don't know. Alex was a Street Fighter character that was in Street Fighter 3 Third Impact. The idea was this was supposed to be the going forward pretty boy, like the brand new lead character for the Street Fighter story. He was supposed to lead the story, and the Fireball brothers were supposed to be filing. They were retiring them, basically. They're going to be all. The idea was to kick a lot of these other characters out and bring in a new young group of people to kind of continue the franchise. That so far has not worked.
They kind of have that kind of in Street Fighter 6. Like Ryu and Ken are older, but they're not the face, because technically there isn't really a story. It's you make your own character and learn from these masters. So
yeah, but that's the problem.
It's not quite like how the old Street Fighters.
It's not really a story. It's not really a story at this point. The story's been long since done. Even though they're adding all these elements, think about it. Ryu's gone.
Ryu's meditating over in Japan, like a hermit.
Yeah. Ryu's done everything.
Ken's evading the feds effectively.
Yeah, I know. Like that's the problem. There's no story for these characters yet, right now at this point. Like like all the characters are kind of just fucking around, and now we're starting to see characters come back from other Street Fighter franchise, like the Street Fighter 4 and 5, and so they're bringing back Alex, which is interesting because he's not a popular character. Like they pushed this character big, and he was not popular. But let's get to this. Yeah. And
the part that's getting my attention is his play style, and we'll see it in this trailer.
His play style was always rough. His play style was always like a hard. He was more of Zangief with more of a rushing.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a strike down character with some grappling mechanics. I was like, finally, something I want.
Yeah,
I want something oppressive.
Okay, let's do it here, boys.
All right.
Guys like me can make some good cash putting their bodies on the line. Besides, I'm used to being hated. Though, lately, I can't help but thinking.
I am a little ahead of you boys. Yeah, I'm liking how he's look.
Oh yeah, the man's an absolute fucking roid hog. Now this guy's supposed to be from like Brooklyn or something.
Yeah.
I can hear the fans snoring.
Now this is that soundtrack, man. Fucking power metal.
Yeah. I do like the fact that the character they have here is the new baby face of the Street Fighter franchise.
Yeah,
he's getting his ass kicked by the old baby face of the Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna grab a delivery, but don't worry, I can still. Well, it's Street Fighter, so it's something that's way out of my wheelhouse.
We gotcha.
Sorry, I just witnessed that fucking knee to the top of the crown, and I'm just like, oh fuck.
Try to keep up.
Yeah. There was love for Alex that I don't think I ever saw in a franchise. Like, and it's just kind of funny watching him kick the ass of all the all like the lead boys, because a lot of people thought this was going to be the Street Fighter.
There's that move. That would have killed Ryu.
A lot of people do is Street Fighter.
But I'm just thinking, it's one thing to, have your shit rocked in by somebody's fist. It's another thing to have a whole man's weight body slamming you onto blacktop. Especially your head and neck. Ah, fuck.
Chun-Li's goddamn fucking moves. Her rapid kick would break every bone in your body because of how fast momentum is. Yeah.
Though his ultimate being like a submission holds. I don't know. You have all these moves, man, where you're pretty much breaking somebody's neck on blacktop, but that's your super?
Apparently he has more than one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, really? You're leaving it to a submission hold?
Yeah, So we got quite a few new characters that are coming out this one for years 1 and 2. We're looking at from what I've been reading. I don't know who they're bringing in next, but there's going to be a huge list of.
My guess is that girl in the white dress with a little bit of purple magic, where the hell that is by her.
They're bringing back the girl. That girl, by the way, for those that don't know, girl is a character from the Street Fighter, like the Street Fighter virtual game, like the PSP game. That's that character.
Virtua Fighter?
They're bringing back a character from the Street Fighter Alpha 3 beat 'em up game that's based off a character from another fighting game that never got fully released in Japan. Like, it ended up failing. It was like a combination game. I think she's like, from what I was I don't know much because it's not one of my characters I know much about, but she's like a 500-year-old lolly.
Oh dear.
She's all projectile. She's all super projectile.
Oh, she's a zoner.
Oh yeah, she's like, I remember playing her back in the day because I didn't see much of her.
I wonder if it's going to be written in the story because I see that purple little wispy magic by her. I'm like, is she going to have a very similar crystal magic that JP uses?
Yeah, it's going to be that
dark crystal shit.
Yeah, it's going to be dark crystal shit. I'll be right back. So far out of all the characters I've liked on the front of this, I'm not a fan of them bringing back Bison. Like, I know why they did it, but I'm not a fan of other stuff.
Yeah. No, the part that makes me laugh is JP is, I think, the man's accountant or something. It's like, what? You telling me M. Bison, the homeless man on a horse, has an accountant? I can understand maybe in the past, but what the hell?
And that's why I agree that bird-watching Klingons make sense.
Bird-watching Klingons?
Yeah, have you heard the new Klingon? He's a bird watcher. Oh, did I say new Klingon? I'm sorry. I know it's a different topic, but the no longer existing on TV or streaming Klingon because they canceled the show. Okay, I'm back, guys. So
I thought it was a metaphor you were trying to drop, like, a saying. Bird watching Klingon, like a warrior in a garden.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. It's not like Worf and his prune juice.
The Chief back? Sounded like he was saying something.
Oh, maybe I just have a deep voice. Well, not deep, a chiefly voice.
No, I heard him say something in the background. His mic picked him up a little bit.
What can I say, boys? Garlic bread grilled cheese might taste good, but dang, it likes to float.
Damn.
Oh, it was good, man. Oh yeah, that was great. Like, fucking fresh grilled cheese. Garlic bread butter on a nice grill to make the grilled cheese sandwiches, man, with a little piece of ham inside. Oh damn, that was amazing. But I'm paying for it. Oh, excuse me.
Hey man, everything that's good in this world, you eventually got to pay some sort of price.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever free.
Yeah, I know. This is why I don't date anymore. I know it's not free. I have to pay a tax eventually.
Chief, I wanted to ask you, that video that you showed me earlier today that you wanted me to watch,
Oh,
Are we going to be talking about that at all?
Oh, we are. I just wanted to do the Street Fighter Alex thing because I thought, you know what, that is actually something. This
No,
channel,
I wanted to talk about that too.
we love Alex. Alex is one of the, and we love the idea of Street Fighter characters. I'm not a fan of them bringing Sagat back, and I'm not a fan of them bringing Bison back. These are my two big pet peeves that I'm pissed right fucking off. I do not want this character in here. But I understand what DJ was talking about with the Klingon thing. Okay, Starfleet Academy, DJ, I don't know if you've watched it yet, but Starfleet Academy, I will say this. You know what it feels like to me?
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek. If this wasn't Star Trek, if this was just Space Academy, and this was played like it's being played now, we would consider it an okay sci-fi. But the problem is, it's fucking Star Trek. Like, we'd be like, oh, it's mediocre, the acting's hit and miss, but, you know, it's okay.
I mean, I didn't think it was okay at all, but also, like you said, if it wasn't Star Trek, I wouldn't need to judge it. Like, I just wouldn't watch it. If I didn't like it, I'd just be like, this is not my cup of tea. But the fact
Well,
that
no, I would look at it like to me, I'm going to have to watch 2 more episodes because that's the rule of life. I have to watch 2 more episodes. And, you know.
Is this a case of that quote I dropped the other day?
Yeah.
Get your worms out of my apple?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I feel about it. But we're going to have more fun because we're going to be talking about the Mary Sue's response to people like Neurotic and other YouTubers like us that talk about Star Trek and that how we're not real fans and how Star Trek really wasn't for us. It's going to be fun.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
You just showed up and you said this is your house now? Oh man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, so we also have the Tinker Hell we have to watch. I think we could get away with it. We're gonna send me Tinker Hell, Bob, and I will put Tinker Hell up. We're gonna have to. Oh wait, how long is that? Is that a 10-minute one?
I think it's about 7 minutes.
Yeah, that might be a little. We won't.
One moment. I can scroll back in my history and look at the timestamps.
Yeah, because it might be a little too long. But
in the meantime, I'm going to be grabbing that article, unless you're going to be reading it.
No, you're going to be reading it, Bob. I want to give you a lot to do today, so you're not bored. So Tinker Hell.
The old man got tired of me, just like, all right, you little fuck.
Yeah.
Tinker Hell is 5 minutes. It's 4 minutes and 49 seconds, so about 5 minutes.
Okay, DJ, put it in general so DJ can watch it too. We're gonna put that on. Send me the link so I can put it through the channel. Like put it through the general. Post it in the chat so we can show Tinker Hell because we're gonna do a quick Bob review of this because we have a Bob review. We have 2 Bob reviews today.
1 moment.
Yeah.
I'm going to copy the link. Cool if I put it down in the chat, or do you want me to just pop it down in general?
Pop it in general and pop it in the chat. I need it so I can run it through the OBS.
Okay. So there's the chat's version, and moving over to where we are talking currently.
Yeah, we're not going to do the whole video. We're only going to do a little bit of it because we believe that if you want to watch more, you have to watch more.
Yeah, support the creator.
Yeah, support the creators. That is you have to. It's one of those things. We got to show respect to the creators.
There we are. Got that there. My phone is actively slowing down because it's not used to having all this shit open.
Okay, we're going to hit play, boys and girls. We're going to watch a little bit of Tinker Hell. We're not going that long. We're only going to go a little bit here, but a DJ, you might want to watch. Are you watching the channel? Are you watching the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hitting.
I am.
Okay.
wouldn't know. I hear every little girl who plays with big, bad words. Well, welcome to the real world. Are you sure you want to grow up?
What?
And we're going to stop it right there, boys and girls. The reason we're going to stop it there is because I'm an avid believer of, when it comes to content, you have to watch the person's content. So we're going to give that person
Support the creator. Feel free to click on the link.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm still watching it.
That's my rule. That's my rule. But
I would say give him a like, maybe, and subscribe to him, because that animation, it's a really good animation.
That
almost reminds me of comic books. Like, you take a comic book and you animate it.
Yeah, that is
How
top.
Is this? I mean, I don't mind if it's AI, but is it AI?
No, it's not. I think that's actually drawn.
Oh, yeah, it does look like legit, because I feel like I could tell if it was AI, and it's like I can't tell.
Everything's consistent.
Yeah,
one of the biggest flaws of AI is inconsistencies.
Yeah, you can have odd inconsistencies. That is really good. Bob, what's your thoughts on Tinker Hell?
Burn the Feywild. Burn it all.
I've been telling people for years, if you know the stories of fairies, they're either enjoyable, or like they're kind of like whimsical little fucks, or they're just like the most evil things you got to
demon. The goddamn demon.
Dude, they're not uncommon in giving souls to Satan so that they can get grand powers and stuff. They're the one.
How hags come along?
I'm glad they're extinct now.
Wait, no, not hags. Isn't that like how some witches get their powers or something?
Yes. But Fey witches are different from Satan witches. Satan witches, you have to, you take some of Satan's seed.
Yeah, well, that's why I said some, because just like different denominations of religion, there's different dominations of witches.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard.
Much bigger and more smaller than you think.
But that is why I say to a lot of people don't think about, like, they're terrifying, and that's why I love that little video is so good, because people understand they are malicious motherfuckers. Like a good example.
You either get one or two fairies. You either get this fairy or congratulations, you woke up today. Isn't that great?
No, no, you don't get those. Actually, they're malicious little pricks. Like a fun story is a guy builds a house somewhere,
Yeah.
and the fairies weren't happy about it, so he apologized and said what he'll do is he'll leave alcohol. Like they literally fucking tried to tear his entire, like they caused an earthquake, and he went out and promised alcohol to the fairies, so the fairies would stop fucking with his place. And apparently, and he provided alcohol every day, and he did
that was the first mistake.
So what he did was the fairies celebrated, they laughed, they enjoyed themselves, but apparently his farm thrived right to the time he died. The second he died, the fucking thing burns to the ground.
That's your first mistake. Don't promise them anything. Just, all right, I'll build somewhere else. It's quite obvious I am not welcome here.
No. He promised them alcohol. He promised them a case of beer, or I can't remember what it was.
That's his first mistake. That's what I'm saying. Don't promise him anything. Just like, okay, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah,
but
later. His farm cherished, like his farm thrived the entire time for like fucking 40 years. He had the best farm in the village. Like he never all his chickens always laid eggs every day. Never issues with the chickens. The cows fucking produced some of the best milk out there. He made the best cheese and provided alcohol. The second he died, that place got burned to the ground. All the crops went bad. The whole thing just went fucking to shit. Up until that day, the fairies kept their word. The place was fucking taken care of. Right until he died. The second he died, it was done.
Yeah. Their philosophy is very alien to humans. This is why Fern Gully is not a good representation of fairies. You'll have some that are cool, some that, no. You're going to have Boggins mixed in with those fairies.
It's a good representation to Rule 34. But anyway,
it's hippie propaganda, all right? Burn the forest. Burn it all. I don't want to have to deal with this. That child shouldn't have gone through that. I don't care what the child did. You little monster. That's what you are. I'm going to have you caged in irons. Maybe give you back to Titania or something. It's like, hey, can you take this back?
Are they allergic to silver? Anything like that? I know that's vampire.
Iron.
But,
iron burns them.
Iron?
Oh, good.
Specifically black iron, pitted iron.
Cold iron, actually. Silver, iron. They do actually silver. The cross will actually fuck them up. Holy waters, not a fan of holy water. And some of them don't like salt.
There's a reason malicious fairies rarely make a breach in our world. It's rare. It can still happen, but it's rare.
Yeah. There's another good one called the, I think it's like the something Tales of something in Dr. Moore or something like that, like Professor This and Dr. Moore or something like that. And it's like it's like a story about guys learning sorcery and witchcraft and shit, and they actually militarize magic in a way. It's actually an interesting story.
The one person I want to put on this job is like, put the Doomslayer on this job. I think that it'll be handled very quickly.
So we got,
because that shit is akin to a demonic incursion. Like if anybody walked in on that scene.
Well, someone did walk in on the scene and he fucking got.
No. After. After all that, you get the Doomslayer in there, he's not going to go down like that. You can't even pierce that flesh.
I guarantee you she left that girl alive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. She put her down on the ground and flew away after and was maniacally laughing. They did something to piss off the fairies for her to go that aggressive.
According to the little front blurb, is like, a lack of belief kills them, and I'm like, okay, so this must be based on circumstance? Or do you exist like this? I can understand evolution through circumstance.
You know what? Yeah, that would like, dude, if you want to make someone believe, fucking murder their family, man. You'll make a believer out of them for the rest of their lives. I like how she's just speaking about creepy. How the cat's just sitting there staring at me at the.
Congratulations, you woke up today. All these moments have led up to this moment.
Yep. Exactly.
You got me thinking about that the whole fucking time.
I've been sending Bob that girl that does the weird shit. Okay, so
wholesome nihilism is the best way I'd describe her content.
yeah, her content's quite interesting. So DJ, we're going to do one more review for Bob because Bob listened to some music today. The boss battle of Styx.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get to the Star Trek thing, and then we're going to get to Star Trek. Did you watch Starfleet Academy or no?
I watched enough reviews to know that I'm glad I didn't watch it. But don't worry, I think I know good about. And I don't care if I get spoilers. I'm perfectly happy with that.
I watched episode 1 and 2, and I will be honest with you. There is some good acting in there. There is some.
The acting is great. They got Paul Giamatti. I mean, but like,
Paul Giamatti's eating the fucking scenery. But are the characters in that show Star Trek? No. They even make references to money in like they literally have a scene in there where it's like I don't know if you know OG Star Trek, like
Mm-hmm.
Roddenberry rule, and one of the rules was like leave common lingo out of Star Trek. That was a big rule, and
there were two instances where the money was mentioned. One was when he told Scotty he earned his pay for the week. But in fairness, it could have just been like a idiom from the past and not really referring to real money.
No, he never declared currency. He never ever declared currency.
No, yeah, he never said dollars or credits or anything. But then also he said Starfleet invested a lot in him and Spock's training. But once again, that could mean resources, time. Doesn't need to be money. It didn't, like you said, he didn't mention currency.
And keep in mind, they actually did have money in during the like Star Trek. It had a currency system. I believe it had a credit system. That was how that worked. Mm-hmm. In the OG Star Trek, in Generations and stuff, they really don't have that anymore. The closest thing to that is that Starfleet will pay in money and resources based off certain things. So, for example, if you were working at somewhere like Deep Space Nine, where Latinum is a thing, everyone's getting a Latinum. Yeah, Latinum. Gold press.
I was gonna say, is this like orichalcum?
No, Latinum. Latinum is a substance that's more rare than gold.
That's right. It's that currency that's surrounded in gold. It's like some quicksilver-like liquid.
Yeah, it's super, super valuable. But the problem with that super value is it's...
What next? We're going to be trading in diamonds?
No,
that's the rate. That has to relate with it, where it's like, it's so rare that only a few people are going to have this currency, right?
No, it's not that rare.
Oh, okay.
It's just that they use it to press it in gold. It's not like you'll have strips, bars. I can't remember I think there's strips. I can't remember what the three currency. Yeah. No, there's no coins. There's strips, there's bars, and there's something else. I can't remember what it's actually called. But it doesn't really matter anyway because it's legitimately like it's like that. They only give that out
strips,
when you're
bars, and tokens.
I don't know what the fuck it's called, Bob. Okay, you're asking me. It's one of those few things. Like,
DJ, what is it? Strips, bars, and what's the third form of Latinum?
There's another form I know of gold pressed Latinum and liquid not Latinum, which is inside the gold pressed Latinum, but I don't know if there's another one.
Well, no, there's
damn. Okay. Because you're the two Trek guys. I thought you'd know.
Yeah, it is a third one, isn't there? Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. There's strips. Like the bars are the big bars, and those are
bars and slips.
Slips. Okay, there he's right. Slips. It was slips. It was smaller currency. Yep. Slips are the smallest. Strips are the next, and then bars are the third.
Okay, are slips like the little USB, the SD card things, or those?
Slips would be considered your dollars. I think. I think strips are your like your currencies of 10 and 20, and then your things. Then I think bars are your currency of 100 to 200 or something like that.
And then I think SD card looking ones. They almost look like Game Boy cartridges in size.
Strips.
Okay, those are strips.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, but anyway,
I'm sorry. I was curious.
I know, but it may like they make references to dollars. There's literally a scene in DS9 where they're like, we use dollars as our currency. He's like, dollars, never heard of it. And that's literally because, that was one of the rules. What's the first thing she shouts out? Oh, you can get your dollars in this. This is why I've said time and time again, Star Trek, that show does not want to be Star Trek. It wants to be sci-fi.
No, how was
sci-fi
that quote said?
Academy show. What?
How was that quote said? Because that also could just be a metaphor or a saying.
No, it wouldn't. Not for modern. Not at all. Because they legitimately don't know what.
I gotta be devil's advocate here, ladies and gentlemen. I know you probably hate me right now.
No, there is no dollars in Star Trek. They have no idea what the fuck that is. So for this person to randomly come up when this is 2,000 years in the future, this is 2,000 years from DS9. No, Voyager. This is 2,000 years from Voyager. No, Enterprise. This is 2,000 years from Enterprise. I think Enterprise was the last original series, if you believe the holodeck shit.
So all of these are like 2,000 years apart.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy is 2,000 years ahead.
So it's about like 10,000 years ahead of even the original series.
No, because the original series was only 100 and something years. I think it was only a couple hundred, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a couple hundred from Next Gen. So Next Gen, the Star Trek the original Star Trek franchise is a couple hundred years because Dr. McCoy is still alive.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like 130 years older.
117, 70, I think.
117? No.
Yeah, he lived up to 170 before they actually did.
Oh, okay, I see. So he lived longer than even 130. Okay, I was thinking about the encounter at Farpoint.
Wait, I have to look. Hey, let me find out. I gotta find out how long he actually lived for. I thought it was 100. It was insane. It was insane. He's like the oldest human ever.
I would say it would make sense with all the future tech to, maintain yourself and how sterilized all the environments are.
Hold on. How long did Dr. James McCoy live in the Star Trek universe? $137.
Damn.
Okay.
Which is funny. He was 137 times. Other details regarding his lifespan. He be alive. Oh, dude, he lived longer. 104. Yeah. 130. He got up to 100 and it was 2364. And then they had 2368. So he lived longer. He was 154, and then he was So he apparently the ripe old age of 158. So he lived up to it was something stupid like that.
You'd be able to relate to him, right?
Yeah. What?
You'd be able to relate to him, right?
Okay. Anyway. He lived up to the ripe old age of 138, boys. So James McCoy lived a long, long time. Actually, he should have actually lived through the what was the name of that now? It's the reconciliation period. So he was right at the tail end of the humanity of like the last great war that he was right in between the Clone Wars of the humanity. So he lived like his young age was around was around the Khan era, where basically humanity started gene splicing everything.
Wait, we tried pulling in Akira, tried playing God a little bit.
Oh, did we ever? To that lore, what happened after? Okay, during the multiple Civil War periods we had one period before, I think it was after the Vulcans. Was it before or after the Vulcans, DJ? Do you remember?
Oh, that's a good thing. Who was before the Vulcans?
Like the Vulcans were was the beginning of the reconciliation. That's when we started getting warp technology, so the Vulcans showed up.
Yeah. So we invented warp, then the Vulcans showed up because they didn't show up until they witnessed our warp field.
Yeah. When was the Genos Wars?
Oh, that would have.
That was after.
That
I
had
know
to
that
be
was.
before. Wait.
What was the
World War
Genos
III.
Wars?
Yeah, I think you're right. You might be right. Because World War III. But the problem is the eugenics war was, I think, before World War III because 1996.
When did Star Trek's eugenics
Yeah,
war?
Well, they sent Khan on the Botany Bay in 1996.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh
I
God!
think that
Oh God!
predates-
It literally put Star Treks. Oh, when did Star Trek's eugenic war happen?
But they are distinct events. I remember World War III was caused by January 2 or 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years. I guess 5 years ago. Yeah, in January 5 years ago was what caused World War III.
Yeah. We should have had that now. The eugenics war episode. I don't want the episodes. When did it happen in this lore? Just give me the episodes where what's his face was it in? Yeah, it's only giving me the thing. It's not giving me the actual when the eugenics war happened. But no, I think the eugenics war was after the Vulcan thing.
I think it was 1992 to 98, and the Vulcan thing predates the eugenics war because Zephyr and Cochrane happens way after. So, for example, if I do like a quick request for timeline here.
Okay, it was apparently happened in the 90s. We started having our eugenics war in 1992 for fuck's sakes. Well, we missed that one.
Are you telling me I could have been a chiseled Greek god by just, messing around with some helix patterns? Fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, we missed our chance in the 90s. But I think that lore shifted because the 90s was during the I think they changed that. It shouldn't that doesn't sound right. I remember hearing about the eugenic war during a certain period. But anyway, Star Trek kind of the eugenics war sort of happened, and then so in a nutshell, like humanity sort of went nuts, and then we had a period of just blighting. Like shit just went really bad. I think World War III hit after that.
Yeah,
and then we had the Vulcans. Yeah.
This year.
Because World War III should have been 2003, if I remember correctly.
Oh, well, I'm reading 2026 to 2053. So that was a freaking 25-year. Oh, yeah, it's like a 25-year war.
Yep. Most of it was quiet.
Oh man.
Most of it was quiet. It was like a quiet war.
You telling me it was like a Metal Gear Solid plot? It was a bunch of proxy battles.
Yep, that was how a lot of it was described. Because remember, we really didn't do much until after certain points. Because I thought the eugenics that is funny. The eugenics war happened after the fact. That is interesting because that doesn't make sense. Because if you believe on the technology we had, and well, I guess people thought in the 70s eugenic technology was going to be more advanced. I thought they changed that due to the fact that shit, like how old that stuff was. So anyway, like I was saying, it's kind of a moot point.
So the man was 154 years of age.
Yeah. So he was way after that. I thought he was during the eugenics. I remember reading somewhere. I guess they changed a lot. I guess the lore shifted. But if we're going by the canonical lore we're seeing online, I remember it kind of not being that way. Because the way they describe the eugenics war, it's like it's a more modern thing in Star Trek. It was like a more because like when Bashir does his shit, they strongly make references to the eugenics war during that DS9 episode, and I'm like, well, why would the eugenics war matter at that point? Like but the idea is that now what they do is they just remove birth defects. That's all they do. which makes you wonder why Geordie LaForge was born with the eyes he was.
But I do have a concern. When Bashir didn't he wasn't he born like stupid and then his parents got him fixed? So are we sure that they're allowed to fix birth defects?
They're supposed.
I don't mean to be thrown. Yeah, I don't mean to be thrown.
No, they actually outright say that in DS9, that episode. They say we only extreme birth defects. In other words, like if a kid's born without a fucking face or something like that, or missing
whatever. I get it. Like all of those things, microcephaly, anything. But also, in fairness, Bashir's family literally made him a freaking genius. So yeah, that would violate it anyway. I got you.
Yeah, well, it's more than a genius. He had super strength. He actually was stronger than the average.
Fuck.
Like he
what
had
was the name of that movie?
Yeah,
I think it was like an '80s post-apocalypse sci-fi movie where these guys were born to be soldiers and bred to be them, and then this one guy failed and he was dumped on like a wasteland planet and lived amongst soldier. Yep. So you're telling me it's kind of like that, where the eugenics program that they had in Star Trek, they'd make soldiers.
Yeah, Kurt Russell, who's like his last of his fucking soldier breed. Okay, boys, we've talked enough about this article before even talking about this article. Let's get to the Mary Sue. Now, this article will be the link will be put in chat because we are going to be taking from this person, and I'm not gonna put the actual thing. We'll let Bob read it out to us, but yeah, put the link in chat, Bob, and we're going to get to the Mary Sue. And hello, everybody who's. So yeah, no, it looks like just a future proofing for everybody. From now on, these are going to start at 7 to 7:30. That's the game plan for Throwback Thursday, Space Geeks, and Monday. So DJ, if you want to join us tomorrow for Throwback Thursday, you're welcome to it.
That's 7:30 p.m. or a.m.
p.m.
Oh, good. I think I should be able to do that.
We're making it a point from now on to do it around this time. I'm actually planning on doing some interesting stuff. Like we are going to be looking at the original Action 52 Superman comic. Like on for Space Geeks. I have a couple comics. We have your anthology thing we're going to do today, and I also have the comic of Fable. But I also am planning on we're actually going to look at issue 1 of Superman. We're going to look at some of the other issues of other comics. We're going to look at Hellblazer 1. We're going to be looking at old comics that you can find online. Certain sites I can't mention on YouTube because YouTube's kind of an ass. Archive. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Internet archive. Oh, geez, I got something in my throat. I can't really talk about that because we don't want YouTube.
Oh man, Chief, if I was in your room, I'd pat on your back. I'd help you get that phlegm out of you.
Here, I'll pat on my back. Internet archive. Oh, I got it all out again. So yeah, no, we don't want.
It's not that garlic bread, is it?
Suckers being little cocksuckers and destroying fucking stuff that legitimately a lot of this stuff that's online now has been out for 30 years. Go fuck yourself. Like even if it's new, who fucking cares? Like it's a comic. Like they made their money already. People are going to buy the back issues to look at this. So we're going to be doing more.
I've never seen such a level of petty greed.
Dude,
like not even kids fight for this long.
It's the thing that I was listening to two billionaires argue, and it was one of the funniest arguments because one of them was validating, well, why don't we just take the hit? And the other one was like, oh, I have no problem taking the hit, but here's the problem. Here's the issue. We got to deal with the corruption first. These are two billionaires. One of them's literally like, no, sure, I got no problem if there wasn't an insane amount of corruption. I honestly believe that we don't even need to tax the people the way we're taxing them. I think we're taxing them even more than we should, and that's the general populace. Because when you hear about $14 billion, $15 billion, $17, $26 billion, all this money, and it's not going to, the American people, why tax citizenship more at that point? It's clear that we have the money. You guys are just being corrupt with it and not giving it out to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard that, I said, I kind of like right there. That's exactly right. Like, for example, while we're waiting for Bob to pull up the article.
Article's been pulled up.
I know.
I'm just waiting.
I'm waiting for you to post the article
Already been posted.
on the
Look in chat.
not live
I see
stream.
2 links.
Not in live
I see 2
stream.
links. Your chat might have froze.
Yeah, live stream, man.
Yeah, it's in
I
the
see-
live stream chat.
Yeah, I see a link he posted at 7:40 p.m.
Oh, okay. It just popped. Sorry.
Hey man, hey, I'm waiting. I did my job.
I know. I apologize. It's not your fault. Not your fault. It didn't even show up. Okay, there it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, I see it. Okay, I'm going to do this one little rant. Like, for example, with what happened in British Columbia, they decided to make it so that you could carry a small possession of extreme narcotics in BC. Turned out 3 years of this, it was a bad idea, and it literally caused more problems than it did any good. And it caused so much suffering, it was kind of next level. All right. Yeah, no, fuck, that's annoying. I hate when that happens. It, like my thing just freezes like that.
Oh, it's no problem. I wish I had ad block on this device because this is gonna tank my frames.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with this. So okay, so let's start the Mary Sue article. Thank you so much. We always believe on this channel. I wish more YouTubers would do this. Leave a link in the description of any article that you're fucking pulling from, because it's only fair that person gets the if they want the support, they get the support. Even if you totally disagree with the fucknut, which we're gonna disagree with this fucknut. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Let me put that away for now. Okay. Those dude bros mad at... I'm sorry, the grammar is already hitting me differently.
Oh, dude.
Those dude bros mad at Starfleet Academy aren't actually Star Trek fans, by Rachel Leishman.
Okay, so first of all, right there. This is someone clearly older. That's like, hey, you hip kids, I'm just like you, them dude bros. Them dude bros.
What's that show? How you do, fellow kids? That scene that everyone uses.
Oh, that is I believe superhero. I think that's the superhero like movie. Like not another superhero movie.
Okay, it's like, how you do, fellow kids? And it's this guy who looks all ragged and he's in his 40s.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
By the way, great actor. That guy. That guy's an awesome actor. He's actually really good actor. He gets the worm tongue videos. He's very similar to the guy who does Chucky. The face of Chucky is legitimately, that guy is an amazing actor. Fucking one of the best actors, but just the way he looks, he gets in a lot of shit. All right, so keep going, my friend.
Very well. This was posted on January 20th, 2026.
Yeah.
Oh, jeer. Get this ad out of my face. Go away. Time and time again, we are confronted with fans, that the fans are in quotes, of something who continue to miss the lessons within media they're consuming.
Okay, so the lessons are propaganda. Just giving you guys a heads up, because Kurtzman outright said, "What are we using Star Trek for? We're using Star Trek for propaganda." Kurtzman outright admitted to it in a live fucking movie, a live thing that's out there. DJ, I don't know if you knew about that. He outright admits we're using it for propaganda purposes.
Oh yeah,
so
I got it for a second. Mm-hmm.
That fucking floored me when I heard that. I remember I spit out my water when I heard that. I was drinking water. It's like, what? Okay, go ahead.
Chief, are you getting the message? Are you understanding what they're saying? 500 cigarettes.
Yep, I get what you're saying.
We've seen it with Star Wars, our superhero stories, and it has become an increasing problem with Star Trek fans. They keep putting fans in quotes.
Yeah, I know. Like these people are fans. I'm sorry. just because you looked up a Wikipedia, bitch, you ain't no fucking fan. You stop.
Oh wait, it's not Wikipedia anymore. It's ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's ChatGPT. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I knew that. I actually listened to Bilbo Baggins. Da 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 da. Bilbo.
That was great.
Motherfuckers! I listened to the Lemon. I actually had I had the Lemon Leonard Nimoy fucking that. I had that fucking that fucking album. I had fucking Kirk fucking space song.
Oh yeah, I got his artwork. Oh my god, yeah.
I got that shit. We fucking. You're talking the guys that actually bought the Star Trek fucking. I had the I had both. I had the original. I had the New Enterprise. I had the original. The fucking. I had the Romulan Bird of Prey. I broke the Romulan Bird of Prey. My dog peed on my wharf. That wasn't a racist thing. My dog's just an asshole. He also chewed on my doctor there. I can't remember the name of the doctor right now. My brain's farting.
Crusher?
Dr. Crusher? Yeah, he chewed on my Dr. Crusher. That was a sexist thing. He did like to hump women's legs.
What?
My dog.
Either way. I may not be a Star Trek guy, but a very close friend of mine is. So much so that he has, I think, a T-shirt, like the yellow T-shirt that has a vinyl printing of the Federation symbol, that upwards triangle / chevron looking thing with the star in it.
Why? I still don't know why my dog ate my Princess Leia, yet peed on my Wookiee.
Probably thought it was another dog.
I don't know. My dog Bandit was a wild bastard, and he ate shit. He killed cats. He used to break their necks and throw them across the fucking throw them into the neighborhood. Oh no! My dog was a protective fuck. You walked into his yard. I actually remember some kids chased me into my yard, and my dog proceeded to almost tear their freaking head off. And he wasn't okay. He wasn't in the fucking yard at the time. He was in the house, and the kids chased me into the yard, and he broke through the fucking screen, ripped through, and went after them. And they chased him down the street. I actually spent me two days. It took 2 days to get him back because he was running around like a dumbass.
Such a good dog, but he's a good boy. He cared about you.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that dog saved my life. That dog. I don't know how much I can say about this without getting in trouble. That dog saved my life. I'm just gonna say that dog saved my life. I won't get into that too much. But he was a little bastard. He ate all my toys, and he peed on stuff. He peed on a lot of things. Jeez. And he used to hump women a lot. Like if it was a girl, he tried to bang it.
Chief.
Go ahead.
As I was saying, he also has a bathrobe with the red shirt. It's just an entire bathrobe. Also has the Federation symbol on it. Never collected figurines because guys like us were always on the move.
Yeah, I get that.
Never know what duty station you're going to.
Dude, I know. Dude, I had soldiers I knew that they legitimately had they bought like one of my friends who's a vet that's a former sailor. He had the Starfleet. He had a Starfleet badge, and he had the original one, like the little sticker badge of the original Starfleet, like the badge they used to have from the old school stuff. He had a sticker of that, and he used to have it. He had it on his locker, and he was such a fucking Star Trek fan that when they moved him into another ship, because he was on 2 ships at one, he had moved to 2 ships. His original ship, his first ship when he did his first stuff, and then the other tours was his other ship where he basically lived in. The motherfucker took the locker door off and brought it on and put it back onto the other thing because he was an engineer. He's ripped
At that point, I would have just got him a magnet. Goddamn. I appreciate the ingenuity. I absolutely appreciate it. Because in the modern Navy, you ain't doing that shit. Oh, no, dude.
Canadian Navy is crazy, man. Canadian Navy, man, they fucking let you if you there's been more than one occasion motherfuckers have have skied off fucking battleships when we used to have battleships.
That actually sounds like fun.
Canadians are fucking nuts. I don't know how.
Sometimes I think I should have just been born in the past. I probably would have had a better career.
Oh yeah, you'd probably be sitting there smoking like fucking dude. There were guys smoking cigars, like fucking legitimately Canadian. They fucking I can't remember the story, but I can't say too much on the story. But I remember they apparently raided this ship down near Cuba, and they had a bunch of Cuban cigars. And all the fucking guys after they got it's like, okay, where's the contraband? They're fucking, we don't know, sir. And there's just a smell of cigar smoke. Like, dude, there's stories I can tell you that I don't know how much trouble. A lot of people are dead, and it was like fucking. This was shit in the '60s and '70s, but I don't know how much. I don't want to get too many people in trouble. Like, I don't know. If that's
no, you're good. I think everybody gets the story. Shit, man. I wish I could be with them. Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny. They stopped it and they took all this contraband. There's a bunch of Cuban cigars, and fucking 10 minutes later, it's like, hey, where's all the contraband gone? We don't know, sir. They're sitting there smoking cigars. I fucking remember the story of another funny story. I remember one of my friends told me. He was sitting there. They were feeding. They didn't like the cook who was making the food. He got a bunch of shrimp, and everyone's like, "Oh, surf and turf," but the shrimp was awful. And so they started throwing the ship overboard, and apparently a whale was following their ship around for a couple days because they kept throwing fucking the shrimp overboard.
I would too. You're telling me this metal thing that looks somewhat like me just, occasionally poops out food? Oh man.
Yeah, so the whale followed them around apparently because it was like fucking following them around because he was fucking feeding them shrimp because they were throwing shrimp overboard. And it was all this like rotten shrimp and stuff. I don't know much about, like I said, there's weird stories about that. The other one I heard about was the underwear caper, where apparently when they pulled into port, there was this other ship, and the guys did not like the other ship, and apparently what happened was one of the guys someone snuck onto their ship and fucked with the washers and dryers. So they returned the favor by stealing all their clothes. I don't know how truthful these stories are. These are drunk sailors telling me these stories, but apparently they broke into their fucking lockers, like this big rivalry between two ships. It was an American ship and a Canadian ship. And according to the story, again, drunk sailors talking, one guy, apparently they broke the fucking washer and dryer, so they went to their ship and stole all their fucking clothes.
That's why we get constant training on making sure shit's locked up.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Apparently,
I think that's just a standard thing. I don't think it was because of the Canucks and the Yanks doing their thing.
Yeah, I don't know how the story. That's just how I heard the story. Apparently, they did this. I don't know that much about it. I don't plan on ever looking this up. As far as I'm concerned, the few times I have looked up ship shenanigans, there's never been any lore about this, but apparently that happened. According to drunk sailors,
the amount of times that the Navy has gotten in trouble from PETA.
Yeah.
Oh man, what was the case? So, in the line of work that I used to do, you build big boom, okay? These things are designed to go after ships. Yeah. Unfortunately, some ships sound like dolphins.
Stop for a second, Bob. Can you tell for a couple seconds? Can you tell for a couple seconds?
We're not talking about the article, yeah.
It's pissing me off. It's slowly making me angry.
After the story, I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah.
Because it mentions two people by name. Two content
I know
creators.
that's why I'm really angry about this, because it's like this pisses me off. But again, it's just another propaganda arm getting upset because the propaganda ain't working.
Yeah. So either way, dolphins end up beached. They do a little search, and they figure out, yeah, the big boom that we made that was supposed to go after another ship ended up cooking off because the dolphins were making the right pitch and noise because of their calls, and the payload liquefied their entire internal organs.
Oh,
PETA was so they're wondering why all these dolphins are beached. And there's like 20 fucking dolphins right on the beach right there. It's like, oh no, it's just a flesh bag with liquid inside of it. Oh.
yeah. Well, PETA, I again, there's certain things I do agree with, like protecting local wildlife, but yeah, shit like that's unavoidable. I feel sorry for the dolphins. But yeah, no, I've seen some funny stories.
I find it funny, but that's just because the mentality you have to have as a guy that works with Big Boom. It's just, you gotta have this devil may care mentality when you do your work.
Yeah. One of the more fun things I heard back in the day. Another sailor talk. One more sailor story, and then we'll get to this. Sorry, DJ. Don't you want to hear sailor stories?
No, it's interesting actually. That's fun. I always read.
Okay,
read books.
so
I've been
one
reading
more
all about
sailor
sailors.
Speaking about sailors, we had a captain. One of my friends had a captain. This you know this guy, one of our basement dwelling friends from back in the day. R.I.P.
Okay.
He told me this story about how his captain had a rivalry with a fucking seagull. This fucking gull followed the ship around. Was his name
Steven?
No.
Steven Seagal.
The seagull followed the ship around, and whenever he went out, the seagull would dive bomb him. To the point, I'm fed up with this shit. I'm gonna shoot that fucking bird. I'm gonna shoot that fucking bird. I'm gonna shoot that fucking bird. He was getting mad, but he wouldn't shoot it because it's a seagull. You know, it's kind of that, like, you know, superstition.
Yeah, and then they became a protected species because I even offered to do something similar.
Yeah. So anyway, so one day, someone leaves the captain area, like where the main guys are up in the main crew area. The seagull gets in there. Doesn't attack anybody. Doesn't attack. Everyone's going about their business. Don't even notice the seagull sitting there sitting there right on the file cabinet in the far end corner because everyone's busy doing their own shit. Don't notice the seagull. It's quiet. Doesn't say a fucking word. One of the guys is like, when the shenanigan hit, one of the guys is like, I didn't know. I thought that was a fucking stuffed animal. I didn't know it was real. Captain walks in. Captain's on the deck. Fucking attacks him. This thing fucking, the crew cleared out because of a fucking seagull, and the fucking thing wouldn't get out.
you know, Chief, I actually was typing away here, and I found an audio file from the seagull. Colonel, I'm in.
Yeah. The fucking go, and the guy's like, "Why did anyone kick the fucking bird out?" He's like, the captain's like, we thought it was a stuffed animal. We didn't think it was real. They were fucking.
Oh, dude. They would have wished they had Bob on board because I would have wrung its neck without question.
Okay, so the fucking the thing is, he's superstitious about the bird. Like, he's superstitious. Like, something about that bird freaked him out, but he wouldn't kill it. He wanted to kill it, but he wouldn't kill it. Then, so they get rid of the bird they get the bird out of there, but the bird sat there. The bird would literally sit there at the ship, right staring at him, and would fucking peck on the window. They would hear this on the window. This thing wouldn't leave this guy alone. One day, one of the guys got a cat on the ship. They brought a cat on.
Oh yeah, I love ship cats. It used to be a tradition. I don't think we do it anymore.
Ship cat ended up fucking stopping that shit real quick, and that bird disappeared. They never saw the bird again. But fucking took a cat, and then the cat had because the cat was pregnant and had kittens, so they had like a whole bunch of cats wandering the ship. Yeah, they had the Dusty and her boys. That's what they called. They called the cat Dusty, and it was her boys. And it was three male. She gave birth to three male cats.
I'll be honest with you, man. I kind of wish we were able to do that, but that's a bygone tradition. Now it's all about like what sanitation needs or whatnot. Even though the crew would take care of the cat.
Oh no! Yeah.
There's always going to be a guy who's like there to do the litter box and everything if need be.
Oh shit! Go ahead.
A sci-fi book by Joe Haldeman, The Forever War. There's a point in the book where they do have a ship's cat, and the captain's like, "Okay, I'll look the other way, whatever, right?" And then they have like a situation where anytime the ship has to go at a high speed, they have to go into these acceleration couches. So they drug the cat so that it doesn't panic when they put him inside the tank. But then finally, like, there's a part where like they all got to put on spacesuits because they got to put on something called a null field, which makes it impossible to shoot bullets. Basically, you can only use hand-to-hand combat. And then at that point, they basically had no choice but like to leave the cat in the base. And when the base got melted down by the enemy, that was it, because there was no way they were putting that cat in a suit for 3 days, and nobody was gonna share a suit with a cat for 3 days.
Oh, dude, like,
I'd fucking do it.
Yeah, they would. You'd be surprised. Back Navy boys back in the fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck. Forever War. Power armor, when you're in a null field, everything is in black and white through the visor. It's just very bizarre. But also, it's smelly and sweaty and stuff. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the cat would be able to tolerate
Cats
it.
only see in black and white anyways.
Dude, I guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guarantee you. Okay, the Navy boys back in the day, I guarantee you, the ship cats would be fucking taken care of. That's
dude,
not a joke.
If need be, we'd give them like a little pod. Like, you know how people have those little backpacks or something where it's like you got a little cat in there?
Yeah.
That would have been something like one guy would carry it like a little fucking baby carrier while they're doing their thing.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that. In the Honor Harrington book series, he has a tree cat. It's a bit of an alien cat with extra arms. But he's smart. His name is Nimitz, named after Chester Nimitz. And he has actually a pod that whenever the ship goes into battle, he knows to go into the pod himself, and just like it's like secured to the bulkhead. But if the ship blows up, it protects the cat, or if the compartment depressurizes, it'll at least keep the cat alive until they repressurize the compartment. But yeah, there's some interesting literary ship cats. Actually, I'm kind of familiar with this. Yeah.
Okay, dude. They had a bucket for ship cat. They had like Dusty and her boys had a fucking ship. They had they had special buckets. They jerry rigged. They had life jackets.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Strapped around the bucket, so they could just throw the cat into the thing and just set it into the water if they needed to. Worst comes to worst. Those cats were cared for. Those cats were loved, man.
Wow.
Like Dusty and her boy.
You gotta keep an eye on your crew.
Yeah. They were
anybody on board there is part of the crew.
Yep. Yeah, one of Dusty's boys scared off a fucking certain individual from a certain place in a certain part of the tropics. Apparently someone came on that shouldn't have come on the ship, and one of the boys there, I can't remember the name of the cat now. He said it. He was in passing too. I can't remember. But anyway, apparently he got on, walked into an area. The cat started hissing like a fucking psychopath and just fucking charged him off the ship. Like, yeah, no. The guy got on just long enough to get kicked off by the cat, and then when the crew found out, because the crew saw him coming up, like a couple of the crewmates saw him coming up, they didn't even see him sneak on. They don't know what he was planning on doing. Like, he could have had a problem. They're like, fuck, he could have planted a bomb. But no, They scared him away. All right, back to the loft that is the.
We've talked long enough, and we have stalled long enough.
Yeah, I fucking didn't want to read it, but go for it, Bob.
Hey, man, I'm the one reading it. You're just listening now.
I know, but so just
more recently, God, you gotta love this. More recently, men like Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic, known for hating anything that seems to be left-leaning, have been dogging the Paramount Plus slate of Star Trek shows. I would say that's some fighting words, trying to call people out by name. The issue with these right-wing figureheads talking about Trek is that they miss one important detail about Star Trek. It was never for them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. It was never for who? The people that have been watching it since time immemorial?
You know, the guy who had a fucking comic book store at one point. Neurotic had a fucking
I'm sorry, you're... Who's it for then, huh?
Yeah, well, no, it's for them because Kurtzman turned it into propaganda. That that's what it is. It's for them because Kurtzman turned it into fucking propaganda. It's not for us anymore. It's just pure. If that's what she wants to go with, then yeah, she is right. It's not for us anymore. It's for them because they made it propaganda. They destroyed it. Thanks, assholes.
And unfortunately, propaganda doesn't make the most money.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how that correlates.
Yeah, exactly.
From the start of Star Trek, way back when, 60 years ago to be exact, in parentheses, the series set out to do one thing, change the world, and it did that. In what way? It made history for its inclusivity, including being the first interracial kiss on television in Plato's Stepchildren.
Well,
I assume that's the name of an episode because that's in quotes, Plato's Stepchildren.
Yeah. And no, technically it wasn't, but it was the first American. Anyway,
These motherfuckers will grab at any straws that support their points, all right? Even if it's some blurb on Wikipedia or ChatGPT.
It's the same argument about Star Trek being communist. It's not communist. It's utopian. Communism is not utopian. Communism is the worst. Communism is usually a corrupt fucking social society.
I would say, wait. You're telling me they have Latinum, a currency? Isn't communism supposed to be a classless, moneyless society by definition?
That's Star Trek is a classless, moneyless society, but it's an egalitarian one. It's never ever been that. What they want Star Trek to be. What they want Star Trek to be is like this is the excuses to say. You know, and what drives me nuts, this would be the one thing Gene Roddenberry would not be a fan of. He would not be a fan of, taking his lore, making a fucking name for it. Oh, excuse me. Got a cough here.
Set phasers to social engineering.
Yeah, no, he was not that way. He looked at it as, he wanted to create a completely utopian society. Where they didn't see money and gold and aspects. Like they were all about that world that doesn't exist, like this world that we could strive for.
Yeah, very hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Good example of this is the episode where they have Abraham Lincoln. Where Abraham Lincoln says, what a lovely, I can't say that on because YouTube will ban our channel. I can't say that. But he says this to her, and he goes, I apologize. Some people use that in an offense. And she turns around and says, why would I be upset about that? We threw away this bullshit that they're trying to push nowadays. That doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like the society they want.
Oh yeah, Abe Lincoln. Black and Spanish. There we go.
Yeah. But he said, it's funny because her response was, no, that wouldn't bother me at all because I don't care. Because we threw away all that shit.
It's amazing how powerful not giving a shit is.
Yeah, that's right.
This is something to tell you, hey people, maybe don't take it so fucking thick, or else people are going to control you. They realize how easy it is to control you because you take it on so thick.
That's what it is. It's word traps. As my friend called it. It's word traps, and when the word traps don't work, certain groups will do certain things. What's your thoughts on what this woman's saying, DJ?
We're not done.
Well, I mean, there's a reason Neurotic's Spock action figure stream got more views. But beyond that, I mean, it's missing the point. They've been missing the point for nearly 20 years now, apparently.
Matt, they have basically, yes, because Star Trek has been around for quite a while. They started this bullshit quite a while ago, like almost 10 years now, eh?
Yeah,
No.
pre-production. That's why I think it's not really 20 years, but the pre-production work on 2009 was like probably almost 20 years ago. But yeah, it's true. It's been it's been about 15 years.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with this. This kind of makes me chuckle. For those that don't know, Nerdrotic did the entire episode with a little Star Trek figure of Spock, and he kind of just made a fucking thing. It just basically took the piss out the entire episode. It is one of the more funnier things, and the funny thing was that got more views than the fucking Star Trek that did Starfleet Academy. Paramount Plus got beat out by a fucking Spock figure. Some guy pretending to be Spock going, most illogical. And he fucking got beat out by it. He got beat out by it like a bitch. They got beat out. It's so bad that like other people got beat out. It's kind of funny. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Ars?
Hey, what up, Boris?
Okay, so keep going, my friend.
Very well. The next thing is the kiss was between William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols, blah, blah, blah. But since men like X... Oh, wait. What? Since men like these X personalities...
They're not... The idea is that they're not popular on you because they're YouTubers.
They're not official sources. Oh, they're for peasants. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Reason why YouTube right now is one of the largest fucking okay, when YouTube is still beating out sites like Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime, and other services. There's a reason why, boys and girls.
I'm sorry. They're not in the Nightcrawler Club.
Yeah.
Oh, now that I understand what X personalities is, it's like, ooh, this is a sweet wine indeed.
Oh no, this is bitch speak. This is total bitch speak. And
oh yeah,
like, unfortunately, I live next to a bitch long enough that I'm actually able to understand bitch speak quite well.
Oh man. I don't know why. Right now, I'm thinking of a quote from Handsome Jack. As this guy's dying, his kids are just like, wah!
Yeah.
Wah!
You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking about this? We got some more our stuff for ours. Doing okay things. Oh, hey, hello. Yeah. I made some iced tea. I just figured I didn't want
to. Very well. X personalities think they are the authority on all things nerdy.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are. That's the bitter truth, baby girl. That's the bitter truth.
Yeah.
The reality is, they just speak loudly and incorrectly about these franchises. Oh, the irony. The irony is fucking poetic.
I would take bitch speak. You should be listening to me. I'm going to translate. You should be listening to me because I'm the one that actually has the thing on the merit.
I dictate this. This is my throne. Look at me.
Yeah, this is mine. It's like I said. This is why I've made the joke. D&D's fucking dead. They killed Dungeons and Dragons to the point that D&D. That was weird. Why did that fucking crack? Huh. Okay. They took.
Everyone goes to the better editions.
Yeah, everyone's going to different settings. Like legitimately, they won't go back to the old stuff. They burned Dungeons and Dragons so much. We're having a hard time getting people to go to the old stuff. And now they're going to something like Stone and Axe or, Sword and Sorcery. Other settings. Yeah, other settings. Well, you Pathfinder's burned to bridges too, so now even that's
really
losing. Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay, I was just throwing something out there.
No, they got in some shit because they started doing the woke stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it promises money, companies will go through with it. Unfortunately, promises are promises until they are given through with. You must uphold your end of the bargain. Nice words mean nothing. Profits mean everything.
That was the dude. That was what we learned in the 80s. This is what drives me nuts. This is what makes me so angry. Sorry about that. Something decided to say, "Hey, I'm gonna fall."
Oh, it wasn't one of your fey creatures trying to jump again, was it? You're gonna have to put up like one of those nets that China does to stop their workers from jumping.
I'm legitimately like trying to put stuff away quietly, and I put something up there. At least we didn't have the entire counter fall like I did a couple months ago. That fucking had a glass.
Yeah.
I literally put my dishes away, and the entire cabinet side fell, and the one glass hit me up the side of the head, shattered, then landed in one place, and I had a big fucking scar because damn near fucking it launched a cup like a goddamn fucking long dart and broke one of my few ceramics I had. So I'm still not happy about that.
Oh yeah. Didn't you also have a case of a glass minefield a while ago?
Yeah. Oh, I still have a case of a glass. I'm still finding pieces of glass.
Damn.
But anyway, keep going, Bob.
All right. Sorry, these ads are making everything laggy.
Slower. I know that's why I'm stopping so I can let you deal with it.
Conversations go on so long that my phone locks itself. The reality is they are just okay. So they already said the ironic thing where they speak loudly and incorrectly. I still love that irony. It's Shakespearean level of poetic.
Oh, it's total bitch speak. This is bitch speak, boys.
All right, here we are. Look, you can use your money and buy every Star Trek toy out there. It doesn't mean you understand what this series is saying to you.
No, that's right.
What?
We don't understand.
This is oddly correct. It's like, because you buy Funko Pops doesn't mean you're a fan of the franchise. Get the fuck out of here, normie.
No, you know what it is? You know what that says right there in bitch speak? We stole your franchise. It's all about our personal agenda now. Go fuck it. That's what that is. It's not free. Go watch your old stuff.
It was kind of... It's weird because this speaks truth. It's just... This isn't the side you think it is.
No, it's not.
This is what we tell you.
Well, it's why old Star Trek is fucking... People are watching old Star Trek now. Like, old Star Trek is coming back.
Outside of the saying. I mean, like, it doesn't mean you understand what the series is saying. That one, no. But buying the toys, it's like, that one hit a chord with me, because I'm like, fuck, dude, 40K went through that, D&D went through that, what else? Star Wars, Star Trek, I know we got a fucking laundry list of people buying shit just to claim that they do it.
First of all, between me, DJ, and other people, I like, we all bought, like, yeah, sure, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about the legit nerds. I'm talking about the concept of people buy memorabilia and shit just to post online and say, I know about the thing. Hey, I'm in the hip kids club right now, right?
Remember, thirsty sword lesbians. That's all I gotta say. Thirsty.
Oh yeah, people bought the book and never played the game, and the few people that did play the game said they can never get through the first fucking scene.
Yeah, because it's thirsty sword lesbians, man. It was one of my
they turned it RPG. They tried to make their own RPG, but it ended up just becoming what are those visual novels where it's just a bunch of people sitting around the tavern like it's a goddamn coffee shop.
It's one of the funniest settings. Like, the setting is so hysterical. It's awful.
Everyone's a glamour bard.
Yeah, everyone's a glamour.
You have
bard.
a crush on me, don't you? No. How about you go fuck yourself? Oh, but I beat you with my charisma roll. How about you go fuck yourself?
Hey, I may buy tons of trading cards, but never Funko Pops. See, there's Shadowcat.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's no longer Funko Pops anymore. Sleepy Cat. Now it's the fucking Labubu's, or what the fuck. I see those everywhere, and I'm just like, ugh.
Like I said, Operation DJ, do you want to help us? We're trying to create Operation Labubu. We're going to take that generation, we're going to take the millennial generation, and we're going to tell them that they'll get free Labubus, and we'll put them in a giant rocket ship, and we'll fly him into the sun. We're gonna send him to Labubu planet. What do you think? You think that's a great Jay? Are you full support of that?
Great opportunity for them.
Oh, dude, I got the perfect propaganda too. Go ahead, DJ. But
I just thought it's a great opportunity for them because they could finally, live on the bright side.
Yeah, live on the bright.
see, yeah, I was gonna do something like that. It's the next hot thing. Travel to planet Labubu, and we're just gonna sell it like fucking plane tickets.
Yeah, we'll have Taylor Swift. See, here's the benefit: we'll have plane tickets, and then we'll have what we'll do is we'll also so we can get rid of other problems. We'll have it so it's easily scammable. But the problem is the scam. They have to be on another ship that they think is going to Mars, but actually secretly it's going to the sun as well.
If anybody asks, hey, the flight computer was messed up, we're looking into that right now.
Okay, and I have the perfect way to do this. We have it that Taylor Swift is going to sing a private concert song on the ships. We'll get rid of all the problems.
Chief, if I may, so I heard this from a missile guy.
Yeah.
The flight system for one of the missiles was actually placed inside of it incorrectly. It had its coordinates. It was set to go to a set area, but instead of going right, it went left. So instead of going effectively from the direction that you want it to launch, like let's say you're looking at the target, instead of going towards the target, it arced backwards.
Yeah.
And went a set amount of miles the other way. The only flaw, it was put upside down. It's like everything was fine. Everything was mapped out. Sorry, the flight system was just put in wrong.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. We have a private Taylor Swift. I'm telling you, we don't need to get rid of Taylor Swift. She still has value. We can use her to weed out the other ones.
Execute plan Taylor Swiffer.
No, it's Execute Plan Labubu. That's what it was called. It's Project Labubu.
Yeah, it's Project Labubu, but you have sub-plans, and the next plan is Taylor Swiffer. You gotta sweep them out.
It's Operation Hunter, Taylor Swift Hunter, and we'll have it that we'll be having secret things we can, and then we can just catapult. We'll take a page from our favorite anime, Danganronpa, and we will literally cover them in batter and launch them into a volcano.
What? I never seen anything relating to that, but definitely ain't my favorite. I was gonna say something. It's like, hey, if we ever get advanced enough technology, make me into a spike wall from Half-Life. All right, we're gonna use the Labubus, and it's like if anybody has one in their possession, we're breaching. Yeah. See, Operation... Attention, hostile targets. You can come out now. It is safe.
Yeah, Operation Labubu. And then at that point, once we've done that, we should solve 90% of the problems in our society. And, I got one more trick. We tell every Karen that the ultimate manager is going to be somewhere else, and then we being them all with a billion giant baseballs.
Billion giant baseballs. I mean, we're getting a little out there. I don't think we have the spell ball to boulders yet.
Dude, we gotta go crazy, or YouTube will get very angry at us for playing this procedure.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
No. This is all a joke.
We put them in oak boats in Minecraft.
Around. I hate that I have to even make this joke. This is complete...
Chief, yeah. we put them in wooden boats in Minecraft and we set them out to sea. There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever new land they find will be theirs. The twist is, it's just an endless ocean.
I hate that because every once in a while you have to be an asshole. That's just how life works.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you understand the series of sin. Okay, found my place.
Okay, I'm gonna have an asshole moment in the next couple months, either this month or next month. I'm gonna have a real big asshole moment where I'm gonna have to be.
Hey man, that's just the old man thing, isn't it?
No, you don't
Eventually,
want.
every
You
old
don't
man
want.
has their moment.
You don't when you like the people, but you realize that if you let them, they're going to walk over you because it's cheaper to do it that way, and you just unfortunately have to be a prick. So I'm gonna have fun in the next couple weeks looking up certain groups and human rights for it. But you have to do what you
Oh,
have to.
I was concerned about the next D&D session. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
No,
oh
no,
fuck.
D&D, I'm fine. D&D,
What
no,
did I
we're
do
good.
now?
Real life problem. This will be brought up as life goes on. Anyway, let's continue here.
I feel like that one fish in SpongeBob who's like looking behind him, like, oh, it's the demon of many swords. Hi, good to see you again.
Keep that medallion, Bob, because he ever fucking finds you.
It's a ring, but yeah. And now with the new series Star Trek Starfleet Academy, we've seen an uptick in their lack of understanding and of what Gene Roddenberry sought out to do with Star Trek. I don't think you know what Gene Roddenberry wanted to do.
I love how they like to shout the dead man's thing. It's very similar to how H.P. Lovecraft, they like to smear H.P. They love to smear the dead man. Where if you actually do a little research, he like I kind of make the joke where it's like I've even said this. Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft was kind of racist, but compared to everybody else, he was a saint. And people will say to me, "Oh, H.P. Lovecraft, then he's just racist, right?" It's like, yeah, but compared to everybody else, if you read his letters, if you look in some of his books, he did have a change on people. It was funny because they'll use his cat as a weapon. I'll hear the cat response, and I'm like, well, yeah, that technically wasn't his cat. That was like he was given the cat. That was the cat's name, and he kept the cat because he was a cat lover, and he loved the furry little bastards of the nature of the wild kingdom. And
Yeah.
anybody who's had a little ball of chaos in their life knows what I'm talking about. They're little bastards. Case in point, the one staring at me with the guy where I took the pictures. By the way, stared at me for like a good 10 minutes before I noticed it was staring at me. That shot was a 10.
Whenever they use old author or creator names, I always imagine back in World War II when Mussolini was on the downfall and what they did with his body.
Mm.
They're basically like propping him up on a post and dragging his corpse out to the center of town. See, this guy would have wanted this. This is what he meant. And it's like, this is not your new messiah. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know, but it's funny because I hear this Gene Roddenberry want this, and Gene Roddenberry actually wanted communism. Not if you actually look at his works. Again, I go to the moment where he actually has Abraham Lincoln say to the black person a certain no word, and then he apologizes.
Black in Spanish. For anybody who wants to look that up.
Yeah, but anyway, her response was, "Why would it bother me? We in the future we don't deal with it. We don't let this shit become a problem. We don't care because we're fucking." We perceive society, unlike now, where they're trying to make everything a fucking issue.
Oh yeah, every little thing needs to be an issue. We need to slow the wheels of progress as much as possible for feelings.
Yeah, with feelings, which in the Star Trek lore, that's not what we do, right? Like, I don't know. How do you feel about that, DJ? Do you feel like we're getting into the Gene Roddenberry debate? What's your thoughts on it?
They don't fucking get it. Like infinite diversity and infinite combinations. Like it doesn't matter if you are MAGA or not MAGA or whatever. We're supposed to just get along. Like fucking enjoy Star Trek. That's the whole fucking point. Like you're supposed to have like these moral quandary episodes where you think something's morally reprehensible, and they go, but the prime directive, and they say, yeah, you're right. We gotta respect their customs. And like there's numerous episodes where they deal with different groups who are, have reprehensible ideas, and they work through it, or they try to work through it, and these people are just batshit crazy. Like, yeah, I'm not holding back because, like, I'm tired. Like, I'm not really tired of it anymore. I don't even watch new Star Trek, but I just, I used to be in a Facebook group, and they would always say the same thing. They'd be like, I don't see how anyone can be conservative and be into Star Trek. And it's like, you just don't get it. Then I mean, like you guys are worse than the people you think who you think are the worst ones. Like obviously, they think their intellectual opponent is worse. They're the ones who are the worst.
Yeah. The whole
if I may ask, isn't the Prime Directive the concept of being conservative with technology and all that?
Well, it's mainly at least the part I'm talking about, it's got a lot of provisions in it, but the part I was thinking about was just the general non-interference part. So sometimes you'll encounter a species that is engaged in some kind of activity or has some customs that we want to put a stop to, but depending on like their technological status, depending on their level of development and their agreement with our, their agreement to interact with us or not, like once they sign on to the Federation, it's another story, but they could be a warp-capable civilization who chooses not to engaged, and they should be, as long as they're not interfering with other races.
Even if they aren't a warp thing, we're somewhat obligated. Like Starfleet was somewhat obligated to help. No guarantees that a warp society will do stuff like that. Good example is this. There's quite a few episodes where they've legitimately would get into situations with non-warp people. There's nothing wrong with dealing with warp stuff. There's nothing wrong with doing this stuff. It was just fundamentally a way to catch the situation off. Like they had one of the they had a couple episodes where it was all about like they didn't want to do like not everyone needed warp technology to like, and that just doesn't mean you just don't join Starfleet. But that's not saying Starfleet won't come to your aid. Like say if your planet was falling apart. It's just
one because like it was my understanding that they generally didn't engage any race until they didn't even do first contact until they achieved warp, and if they did. It was when you send a researcher to study a tribe or something like that, and they would often embed people by disguising them as aliens so that they wouldn't interfere with them.
No. But that's the difference between a tribe that has no technology at all. Like there's that level of ancient, not ancient technology.
Like sticks and stones, or like Bronze Age.
I mean, there's the episode of Riker. Remember the episode of Riker? He got plastic surgery and he gets injured. And when the doctors are working on him, the technology was just on the precipice of warp.
I'm talking about the episode with the drugs, the narcotic episode of Star Trek.
Yeah, that was okay. So that was a weird one. But they ultimately didn't. They didn't interfere in that episode.
They did. But then they used the Prime Directive to basically say, "Go fuck yourself." And that's the thing. They offered a hail because the ship was in trouble. Now that's fundamentally saying like they help out. Another good example of this was the Irish people in Irish episodes. They resettled them because they
those are humans.
Yeah.
So I mean, does that change anything?
What?
Because the Irish people are humans now. With the aliens with the ship, with the drug episode, the symbiosis.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Remember, there's quite a few episodes of Star Trek where they resettle people, and this is some serious Star Trek lore, boys and girls.
Okay, that's I remember there's an episode with the holodeck.
I just asked
and
one question.
They made a copy of the planet on the holodeck so they could resettle them. But the whole point of using the holodeck was to not reveal that they were being aboard a starship. Even in that episode, everyone was playing dress up.
The Irish ones they didn't, and technically it doesn't matter if they're human or not. There's quite a few times they've had human races, they've had human species that they just resettled them, and in the end they resettled them in a bad way because these were technologies thing. It didn't really matter. It's fundamentally it's kind of a hit and miss on how they treat people. It's kind of like, okay, we're doing this because of this, and this, and this, and so it's like kind of like
humans. Like when they resettled the humans, I'm thinking the Cardassian border, they maybe didn't have like a high level city or anything like that, but they got there via warp technology. They are part of the human family. Like I think they're exempt from the Prime Directive.
Human, but technically that's not that. Like, because for example, they had another time where they didn't advance, but these were legitimately humans. I don't want to really because we could be here all night talking about the.
I'm gonna say, mate. This next bit goes off of what you said, DJ, about it doesn't matter if you're this side or this side, you can still enjoy the series. The next title of this section is Your Republican/MAGA Personality, Star Trek Was Never Yours.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird because I know you're not looking at this, but you mentioned it. I was like, oh man.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it too, but like it echoes exactly the interactions I've had on Facebook.
Yeah.
A lot of...
It makes me laugh show because of how this person words it. It's basically, oh no, it's just not MAGA. Go fuck yourself. And that's literally how this is worded.
Believe me, I'm telling the truth. Believe me.
Yeah, no, this is Bitch E saying it's not really yours, guys. It's actually ours. Like, listen, look at how it's worded. Anyway, keep
if
going.
you complain to me again, I'm calling HR.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
A lot of the conversation is about how Starfleet Academy isn't, quote, their Star Trek. While seeing as Roddenberry held democratic and socialist ideals when he was alive, I'd be hard-pressed to find a Star Trek episode that even vaguely fits your, quote, ideas.
That is what that's
how do I bring this up? Lady, the
the
ideals of the back in the day are not to the level of today. They're in different directions.
No, I love it because that's Bitch and me saying, well, see, he actually isn't on your side, guys. So you should fucking watch it or shout.
See, he's wearing a red shirt. He's on the red team.
Yeah. But the thing is...
No, he's just the guy who curated the game. He's like a referee.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing I love about that. If you watch half of Star Trek, legitimately, look at what happens to the hippies in Star Trek. The quote-unquote communists. What happens to the hippies in Star Trek? The hippies that show up on the on the ship and they fucking the hippie commies in fucking Star Trek die. They don't do well. Did you the original Star Trek when the hippies end up on the show?
Yeah. I remember that episode. It was like they had that guy singing the song on that weird guitar.
Yeah, and then he died. Then he fucking they don't do well because they end up on a radio. They're a cult. And then you got the fucking look. There's several times where like references to communism and how bad communism is. The Cardassians, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's a constant references to fucking how bad the socialist ideas are. Now, that's not saying that he wasn't a liberal. He didn't have a liberal or democratic mentality. He probably did. But but back then, man, they hated this socialist shit just as much as everybody else did.
Yeah.
I know, because they used to be one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like back in the day, they were not to the same level that you think they are.
Yeah, and I was a card-carrying member. Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, you ain't kidding about the bitch speak. What I have come to realize is there are men in this world who want to pretend that they're fans of this stuff when they don't actually care. They'll buy a Spock doll and pretend like they understand the show itself, but the reality is that they are just buy nerdy things. And my phone locked. Damn it.
Okay. So here's the thing about that.
Buy
bullshit.
nerdy things and make that their personality. So she's mad about the guy making the video and getting more views.
Getting more views than that. Now here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. She's kind of right, because again, this is basically propaganda. To stop being about our Star Trek. To stop being about our stuff. Technically, it is their stuff. That's why this is failing. That's why Star Trek is falling off. Like, Academy is hated unless they start showing tits. Unless they start like having the girls in Star Trek start stripping and shit, and start doing like sucking cock and porn and going for sex. We start seeing titties and shit. I don't think this show. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this show is gonna get the fucking love that it wants. Now, if they start popping out the titties of like the hot girls, it might get more attention. I'm not lying when I say that. Legitimately, that would get more attention to the show. But right now, as it stands, because people see this, I'm being honest, people see this, they see Star Trek, they see what this is, and they're like, well, I don't want to watch this.
So what you're saying is Star Trek needs to rebrand itself from New Frontier to a New Climax.
Yeah, I hate to say it. If this was more pornographic, like there's some sexy ladies and boys in that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like.
You like looking at the guys in the cover image there?
Hey, man!
Man.
It's a sexy body's a sexy body. Don't fucking.
One of us. Come on, Chief. You're one of us now. Come join the Navy.
It's Bob. I don't need to join the name.
Oh, damn! Oh, that's right. You just need to go to prison.
I don't want to go to prison, Bob. Fuck you. Although
Everybody's fucked up, pretending shit.
Although the way I'm making jokes right now and the way Canada is, I might be going to jail after this.
Hey, as long as you're Bubba and you ask somebody to bend over and you're not the one getting bent, you'll be fine.
Bob, that's a little too far. Okay, we're gonna stop that.
What? Okay.
Okay, we're starting to cross a line. We're just gonna stop here so we don't get in trouble. God damn it! You're gonna get fined again.
Not if we make people laugh. If you laugh hard enough.
Yeah, no, it won't matter. We're not that popular.
All right, yeah, you make a fair point. Continuing with the Californian accent.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm legitimately saying about this. Like, this isn't Star Trek. Like, I've legitimately said this. They're making these Guardians of the Galaxy jokes. I swallowed my comm piece. And like, oh, you already did. It's like, no, fuck off. These are supposed to be months. Like, they actually even admit that Starfleet is like months of training, and a chick eats her fucking comm badge. What the fuck?
It's that same excuse the dog ate my homework.
Like the one
I think that's what they're trying to say, but they just didn't know how to do it because, well, comedy is a dead art nowadays.
One scene, there's a guy they're called a doxamite. He's like, I'm a doxamite, bitch.
Was he gonna find your location?
No, that's a race. The doxamite's a race, and they're like, I'm a doxamite, bitch. And like she's like as she's running to go save him, he's like, I can't get here, and she's like, man up, aren't you I thought you were a doxamite, bitch. And I'm like, buddy, that's not Star Trek. That's a fucking that's a parody.
Wouldn't that get you kind of messed up in Starfleet with the way the rules are?
Yeah, like, dude, that's not Star Trek. To me, that's not like what this is. Like I've said time and time again, what this actually is. This is a show that works better as not Star Trek. The problem is the few people that will probably watch it are the same people that like Star Trek because they saw the name Star Trek. The problem is that's all they're going to get, and then those people are going to go, well, this isn't Star Trek, and turn it off.
Yeah.
That's how this is going. This is why they're mad, because their propaganda is losing. Again, we saw what happened recently with people just making pure propaganda. Like when the red carpet literally has them say, "Oh, we're gonna bomb." I'm like, motherfuckers, if that's the case, they literally say that. They literally say that their show's gonna bomb. It's like, well then, why are you putting this out? Like,
I just realized about this entire thing because I'm reading down some of these paragraphs before I read them to the audience. This feels like an angry text that you get because you pissed off your significant other.
No, you know what this is? This is literally someone who's upset that, like, in all intents and purposes, the agenda isn't working, and they don't like that. I'm not trying to be political.
I know. But it's like, okay, let me read this out and tell me this doesn't sound like, all right, you're getting a blurb of text from your angry ex or some shit.
Yeah.
That's fine. Be a collector, dude. But don't act like you don't understand these franchises and what they argue against, everything you stand for. It got so bad that Stephen Miller, yes, that one, decided to mock the show. He also thinks William Shatner should take over the showrunner for some reason. Okay, maybe not that one, but still, it was just like, fine, be a collector, dude. It's like, dude, that is such an angry text.
That is an angry text. But what makes this funny? What makes this funny on the whole? Like I said, they're not happy that like I said, this is their fear is coming true. People are tuning out. And this happened in the 80s. This happened in the 80s with the focus groups. DJ, you remember the focus groups, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I saw the movie
you were
Borat.
in the tail. You were born more in the tail end, right? You were more of the '90s, right?
Yeah, my dad went to focus groups, but I saw the movie Borat.
Yeah. But you were kind of
You made 60S?
See, that's the thing. He hit the tail end of the focus groups. I was there for the focus groups when I was a teenager, or sorry, a child. I got to see
and
the
I watched
death
Entourage.
Yeah.
They had focus groups on Entourage, but yeah,
No,
I did get.
what I'm
You're right.
saying
You definitely saw more of that than me, Orc.
Yeah, I did. But that's what I'm saying. You ended up at the tail end. Bob didn't get to see it because Bob was kind of very young at that point. You were still. We were all kind of slowly shifting. So we got to see the end of the focus groups, and all this is the same groups. I even made the joke. These are the same fucking mother groups that were bitching and whining and complaining. They just fucking put a rainbow flag on them and fucking marched out and started screaming, "We're here, we're queer." That's
They
literally
will
what
hide behind any shield, no matter what.
Yeah. This is the same fucking bullshit we saw 20 fucking years ago in the 80s. It's the same shit. Exactly the same bullshit that they're doing. And then so they started changing media. And then media started getting really bad. The only difference is it's taken 20 years this time for people to go, this really fucking sucks. Because back in the day, in the 90s, this shit started happening, and then shit just started getting canceled. And again, this is why the surgence of anime started happening in the 90s. The 90s, because this focus group shit that was happening, they were destroying our content. Good example of this, if you really want to see the destruction of fucking a franchise series, look up the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters Extreme. Both fundamentally were supposed to be darker, a little more violent, and a little more aggressive. When that shit stopped, when the focus groups came in and all these other guys kind of just started throwing shit at these organizations, like these shows, they fucking killed them. Like it just killed the fucking. Anyway, keep going.
This thing shifts gears. It goes from angry text to complaining to her bestie, really.
Yep.
Bestie.
Shatner even mocked him.
Voice. Sorry, go on, please.
But still, it was just like, okay, so she complained at somebody as her ex. Shatner even mocked him. But what I think is hilarious is that accounts like End Wokeness are posting about Star Trek. Yes, read that, right? It's like, yes, you read that, right? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
They want to put an end to the wokeness agenda on shows like Star Trek. I wish I was making this up. So there's her complaint to her bestie.
Yeah, we do. We want fuckers who aren't fucking throwing agendas into shit and fucking like this. Yes, we totally do want this to end because the whole bullshit is. Look at what they did. The writing's awful. It's clear what they're doing is agenda oriented.
And based off of what you said earlier from that one scene, that chick's racist towards Doxians.
Mm-hmm. No, she's not racist towards Doxian. The Doxian called himself a bitch. It was a reference to how he would refer to himself as the greatest thing ever because they're Doxian and they're super attractive and awesome and they're the best out there. He basically
shows up. So what? Don't attack him.
Yeah. He's supposed to be a Giga Chad. And so he goes out to space he goes out to space to do something, and he doesn't have a spacesuit on. So he warps his skin to become kind of artificial. By the way, DJ, next week we'll do the spacesuit shit.
Oh, okay, cool. Spacesuit.
Sorry.
No,
I know we were supposed to do that this week, but
that's all right. We talk about power armor or spacesuits.
Spacesuits.
No, we're talking about how space in the early years how space used to work in the early.
The retro futuristic idea.
Ready for that.
Yeah, my favorite thing is like.
Yeah, unfortunately, what happened? This article came out, and we were like, "Oh, I know what we're going to be doing."
I will be ready because I got like pics of Yuri Gagarin's Vostok capsule, and I just love the fact that man had to bail out at like 10,000 feet. He didn't land in that thing. He bailed out and then landed on his feet, well, in a pod, but still, it's pretty badass.
Yeah. Okay.
I will throw out just a little teaser. The concept that originally started this off was like back in the day, if your ship lost power, they thought you would fall through space. Like gravity was still a thing. That's kind of the thing we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about how sci-fi was, where they used to do like weird shit, like how you could go into space wearing a little fucking mask, and
yeah, like all the futuristic stuff. But that's next week.
Yeah, that's next week. This article came up. This article came up, and we're almost done. We're gonna get to some gaming for another half hour, and then we're done. We're gonna call
Jam
it.
And Earl?
I don't have it right now.
Damn, I know somebody's hurt hearing that.
Well, Bob, I told you I had to wait to buy it. I don't have the cash. I gotta wait.
Oh man, uses excuses. You're gonna miss out on Toe Jam and Earl. Come on now.
I can't. I don't have the thing right now. Maybe some
I'm just ribbing you. I'm just ribbing you. I know what it's like. I mean, hey, I'm trying to save money for a PC.
Yeah, we got a little bit more before my voice gives out, so my voice is dead.
Okay. Next title of the next paragraphs to come. Oh my god. Tell me you've never actually watched Star Trek without telling me. Okay. I come from a family of Trek lovers. I'm sure you do. Myself included. To me, Christmas doesn't start until I hear Leonard Nimoy.
Nimoy. Yeah, did you misspell Nimoy?
Nimoy. It was more of my issue. At least it was spelled correctly. Most of the grammar here is atrocious.
Yeah, It is. It's also, like I said, a buddy of mine said there's a whole bunch of misspelled shit in the article.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. And that's why I'm having such a hard time here.
Yeah.
Say, Leonard Nimoy, say, quote, Shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Spock here. Happy holidays. Live long and prosper. End quote.
Oh, so you mean someone who just buys the bullshit, buys the items, and doesn't actually pay? Hey, remember, boys, you can buy all the stuff you want, but that doesn't make you a fan.
Yeah, it doesn't make you a fan. Oh man, it's almost like that Shakespearean irony I was talking about. And
You know what?
It's the sweetest, most bitter of wines. Oh, it's so poetic.
It is poetic, but that proves a point. This is someone who doesn't actually care.
This is the one thing you don't want to do when writing an article or making a statement. You do not want to hypocrite yourself.
Well, that's why I said, like I said, what can we say about tourists? Fucking tourists.
You do not want to put yourself in a position like this, complaining about a thing you do later down in the paragraph. Don't do that. That is really bad for your case.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, goodness me. From my brother's Star Trek Christmas tree, it has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. Which is probably why the whales... Oh, she mentions the whales! Which is probably why the whales, Gracie and George, are my favorites.
Okay. That's probably why she, like you know, she's one of those side guys. We all know them. We all know those people who, you know...
Oh, my relative had this thing, ergo I know.
Yeah, bullshit. It's the same reason why the guy who created Lion-O-Ho, the Thundercats show, that really shitty, hated Thundercats thing, that person, same thing. Okay, so keep going.
All right. But my point is that I know Trek. So whenever I see these... I know, I had to keep going or else we were going to laugh at that for a bit. So whenever I see these talking heads berating the franchise, I know they don't actually care about Roddenberry's vision or what the show represents. God, this feels like a cult manifesto.
Okay, so this is the great thing about that. Roddenberry's ambition. Okay, what part of Starfleet Academy, I watched it. The first thing I said, you know what? This isn't bad sci-fi, but this isn't Star Trek. That's the fucking thing that came right out of my mouth. And that was being...
You gotta listen to the cult leader. Roddenberry said this. Or go, I am right.
Like the personalities, the characters, the way they act. This is them trying to add Guardians of the Galaxy because comedy's funny. Like literally, there's a scene in there. It's like, give me 20. Like,
yeah, they tried to turn everybody into Tony Stark.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Nothing there was Star Trek. It's all bad jokes, and like Star Trek used to have jokes, but they were good jokes. Like they were actually kind of amusing. Like Barkley, the greatest joke in Star Trek is the fucking character Barkley.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much, Mr. Broccoli.
Yeah. Mr. Barkley was one of the greatest jokes in the story arc. He was funny. He had moments that was funny, and then like another good example is Deep Space Nine. There's a scene in Deep Space Nine where O'Brien and Bashir have to go to a planet, and there's like lots of references and jokes. It's funny. It's actually fucking funny. There's the difference. There's funniness to that. This is just being funny for the sake of being fun. Like there's this one scene. It's like, well, I'm not going to tell anybody. The girl says, and she goes off to this laundry list of things she's going to do. It's like, oh, I'm actually joking. And I'm like, again, if they were naked, I think the show would be.
Chief, did I ever tell you my favorite joke from Star Trek? I don't know exactly which series this was, but I saw a bit about it and I fucking loved it. It was this guy who was a chef was talking about how this one group of aliens takes up most of like Nigerian prisons.
That's Neelix Voyager.
Okay, and it was like they take up most of the prisons in Nigerian space.
Yeah,
will you feed us? if we answer your question, will you feed us?
And my favorite second point
maybe they should do less crimes.
Yeah. That was Voyager season 3, I think. I can't remember exactly what season that is, and that's me not looking up ChatGPT, people. That's me just legitimately off the top of my head. Again, when someone says I don't know Trek, I fucking know Trek. Fuck off.
Yeah. but still, you probably thought I was going to bring out the 500 cigarettes, didn't you?
No, I was thinking again. Look. I'm just going to say this about this because we're done. We're done with this bitch. I don't want to look at her. You want to watch again?
But there's still more.
Put the art. I don't want.
The article's already there. Remember.
Yeah, I know. I don't want it because we're legitimately cut. We're gonna run out of time.
Oh, dude, the best part here is like she complains about Nerdrotic live streaming a Spock figurine. She's still on that.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna cancel. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna remove something from the. I think we're not gonna do the Fable thing tonight. Maybe we'll do that next. We'll do that next week. Sorry, guys. As much as
we always end up doing this, Chief. We get a article to read, then we realize it's shit. We start shooting the shit for a bit, get back to it, and it's just a back and forth.
Yeah, it's just a back and forth of us just making fun of it. That's the problem. It was good content, at least in my personal opinion. But
I love the Navy stories.
Yeah. I hope that was good.
Have a seagull come after me.
Yeah. Oh, I've had seagulls. They fucking know. There's a lot of nests at the local university back in the day. I hate that fucking area.
I offered to my chief and my petty officer first class is like, hey, can I bring a slingshot on board because I'm tired of cleaning up all the bird poop? And they're like, novel idea, but you're not allowed to do that. They're protected. I'm ironically going to take pieces of FOD because it was like two birds with one stone. Sorry for the pun. But pieces of FOD because on the flight deck, you got to pick up like the random little bits so it doesn't go into helicopter engines and shit. So you take like all those random pieces and you like tell the birds to fuck off and just...
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't have to clean the FOD and I wouldn't have to clean the bird poop, but I couldn't because they're protected.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, my friend. I do get what you're saying, but no,
it was a novel idea. Both the chief and the first class fucking loved it.
Yeah, but for me, it was yeah. No, for me, I like I said, we started off on this, and it became a little too much on that. So I'm just going to get there. I'm going to get some stuff going for right now.
Alright, I closed it off so my phone wouldn't lag from all the goddamn ads on that website.
Yeah, no, it is ad. It's that's all the site is. Like,
oh, dude, the ads are outright belligerent.
They are. Okay, so there we go. So we could chat. I got some stuff ready to go for our channel. But no, overall, here's the thing about it. Okay, it's not a good show, and that's why people stopped watching. That's literally all I got to say on the matter. Like, unless you want to add anything to it, DJ.
Well,
I think we're like. Is there anything to add? Go for it, man.
I think I put in my emphasis on the idea of real Trekkies or people who don't belong. It's like the whole point is everyone belongs, as long as you're not. The only people who don't belong are the people who are acting like certain people don't belong.
Look. It's the same thing with Dungeons and Dragons. It's the same thing with other stuff. I've never ever said to someone, "You can't come play." But if you show up and start ramming fucking bullshit into my game, I'm gonna fucking kick you out so fast, your head's gonna spin. And I don't fucking care who you are. It's how it is. I've legitimately kicked my girlfriend before. I've kicked my own girlfriend out of Dungeons and Dragons once because the way she was acting and the way she acted towards the other players was so toxic and so annoying. She had to go. I fucking threw her out. I have no problem doing that. And you know what? A lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you kicked your girlfriend out. Damn straight I kicked my girlfriend out. All right, boys, we're going to get to some games here. Tonight, I was thinking of doing a couple games here, but and also tonight's topic, DJ has a anthology stuff he wanted to talk about, and we're going to let him talk about it while I play. Bob, did you want to play something tonight, or do you want it to because DJ's here? Do you want to like wait for a day when it's just us?
What did you have in mind?
I was thinking
Heretic really long anyway.
Yeah, Heretic and Hexen. But no, I don't. We don't want to cut you off, and that way we can just shoot the shit. I was gonna do Heretic and Hexen, but if you're what's it called, I will.
I will say let DJ have the floor.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to play some. I'm going to play some Wizardtorium tonight, and there we go.
If you want to, I'll challenge you for all the beans again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to just play Wizardtorium tonight, and then we'll do it on a day where we're not. I'm not killing the I'm not killing the channel. Are we still seeing it?
Killing the channel.
There we go. All right, we got.
But
our
either
stuff
way,
with.
like I was saying, next time we do something and we're playing Heretic and Hexen, I like that PvP we're doing for all the beans.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a couple people here, but yeah, this might be an idea. Let's see. Oh, we got a new class. We got a new class, boys, for the Wizardtorium. The Blood Mage. Fucking let's go!
Blood magic either is broken or kind of stupid at times.
Alright, we'll see.
Because they always do that edgy thing of like, you must take away from your own life, and it's like, well, I don't gotta take away from my own life when I can just rip it from the enemy right over.
Their hearts blackened by chaos.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was waiting for the new update. That's why I was because I knew it was Blood Mage. There's like one other class coming out later. So, DJ, you want to talk? Let's. You have the floor, my friend. Let's talk about.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's not really much. It's not exhaustive, but I remember when you mentioned Twilight Zone, and you reminded me I had to do some research and prep for some anthology talks. Now, I didn't really put together as much as I could because, like, realistically, I just don't think I've watched that many anthologies. But what I got for you are just maybe a couple of little examples here. So, from the top. Let me just get my notes. Yeah. Where's my mouse pointer? Here it is. Okay, good. There we go. So, this is very organized. I actually tried turning it into a PDF document. But, of course, popular anthologies. Twilight Zone, Tales of Tomorrow, Never Saw It, The Outer Limits. I've seen a little bit of it. I'd like to actually watch it. I think I got the whole series downloaded or a part of it or something like that. Amazing Stories. Oh, that one I'm going to touch on as well in a little while. I've never seen it, but I do have actually an interesting tie into Amazing Stories. The Raid Bradbury Theater. Black Mirror. Never saw it. Sounded really dystopian and depressing. My coworker told me I should watch it. I'm wondering who told me I should watch a lot of shit. And I'm sorry, when someone tells you to watch something and then they nag you and you don't watch it, I don't want to watch it, you know. But at the same time, the few things I've watched that he's recommended, some of them have been really good. I mean, he knows me enough that some of the things I've read are pretty good. Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. That sounds dangerous, but no. I didn't read a Philip K. Dick book. It was good, but it wasn't an anthology. Love, Death, and Robots, which has nothing to do with a book by Dan Simmons called Love, Death, but that one is a, unless I misread the title, is an anthology in of itself, and there is an interesting story in there. So, other ones that I'm not deep on would be Heavy Metal. Oh, Heavy Metal, I did see that. That was good. That was good. My friend Pacific414 did a stream. I discovered Heavy Metal. It was very good. Don't really remember the story, but it's freaking cool. The girls were kind of hot in there despite the weird animation. It was just like very lewd. Yeah, definitely good stuff.
It is actually extremely lewd. That's what makes it kind of good.
I should pay for an LCX commission of the characters from that movie. That'd be awesome. The Animatrix, I saw part of an episode. I should probably finish it, right? You guys think Animatrix is good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. It's good for Wachowski work, because Wachowskis are kind of,
yeah.
You know, their love-hate relationship with the Wachowskis not exactly the best. I don't love Wachowskis, but I don't hate their work. It's kind of like some of their stuff is really good. Some of their stuff is just shit. Oh, the Blood Mage can't eat food. Looks like I can't eat food.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And then, like, 2 or 3 noteworthy ones that I do have to catch up on are New Tokyo, Mani 1987, anime sci-fi anthology, and Short Piece, which is a relatively recent one, I think. Project built around multiple anime shorts, and never heard of Genius Party Beyond, but it doesn't say anime, but it is, and it does say animated, not anime. But getting to the Twilight Zone, there was a couple of episodes that stood out to me. One of them was called the something Midnight Sun. Yes, there was the, where did I put that? Midnight, there we go. The Midnight Sun, Season 3, Episode 10. Now, just the beginning of the episode is freaking, like, very, 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 how do I phrase it? Very chilling? I wouldn't call it chilling, but I can just give you the vibe Sterling intro. I'm not going to play it back. I'm just going to read a portion of it. Just give you an idea. And
now. Okay, that was interesting. The Blood Mage has his own fountain spell of blood. Okay, keep on going, my friend. Sorry about that. That was kind of neat.
That was mean.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
What's the name of the guy in the suit from Twilight Zone again? Shit, I forgot it. Oh, Rod Sterling.
Yeah, Rob Sterling. Rob. The funny thing about the Twilight Zone guy, he's like an interdimensional being, apparently. Like there's a whole bunch of lore behind that one guy. There's even a reference that he's actually secretly the G-Man, but that's
I was gonna ask, is he like the G-Man where he's interdimensional suit?
Yeah, apparently that's what he is. But there's like jokes like that, but he's kind of just a narrator. He's very similar to the Crypt Keeper. But the Crypt Keeper is actually an entity that legitimately shows up in. He actually has his own episode, actually, in the show. Anyway, go ahead.
There's no actual freaking like transcript in this video. All I got is a video with audio, and I am tempted to play the audio, but I'm not going to do that because I know we don't want to play the audio, right?
Yeah, no, probably not a good idea.
Okay, it's CBS.
But overall, what was your absolute favorite from what you like? Twilight Zone was your classic.
That's why I'm telling you about this episode, because that's exactly like so far. There's two. There's only two in my case. Or at least there's two that I can remember clearly, and I can describe coherently. So basically, the Midnight Sun episode starts out with just a hot summer day, and then Rod Sterling gives his intro after some lady mentions how hot it is, and basically explaining. Let me just see. Give me 1 second here. So basically, he's telling. Okay, I got this. I just want to memorize it. I'm not gonna quote him exactly. I just want to paraphrase this.
we got to be careful with the Twilight Zone.
I mean, I can quote it word for word. That's not the issue. The issue is having him read it out loud.
No, you could quote it
okay,
for
so
word.
long story short, I'll just say exactly what happened. So Rod Sterling's saying basically they're doomed. Why are they doomed? Well, they're in a New York City apartment building, I guess a tenement or an apartment, and like basically there's like the Earth is moving towards the sun apparently, and now the episode doesn't exactly explain how it could be, daytime all the time. That means that's nighttime on one side of the Earth. We're just gonna pretend for a second that they do get day and night, and it's just getting hotter every day, and the ground is radiating more heat at nighttime. So that's my official scientific explanation for it, because as far as things go, that's a big gap in the story right there. But okay, it's getting progressively hotter, and they have a scene where this like hot lady is in her apartment running the air conditioner, and he's giving this whole philosophical speech of Rod Sterling, how the appliances we use to keep ourselves comfortable are now being used to survive. And I don't know, I just found that really chilling, because something like an air conditioner is a trivial thing. Like, yeah, it's actually important to people when they can't, when they have medical conditions, but in general, it's still a luxury item. That's my point. And this thing is barely keeping up, of course. So as the episode gets worse, the electricity gets turned off like throughout the day, and during the scene they're sitting there, the neighbor and the lady, and they're basically saying, yeah, every day the electrical current goes away for longer and longer, and then the lady starts freaking out, like, what if one day the electricity doesn't come back? And when the episode ends, it's one of those like flipperoo scenarios. I feel like that episode's been out for 50 years, so I'm gonna just straight up spoil it. So yeah, close your ears for 30 seconds if anyone here plans to watch Twilight Zone. Chief, Bob, does this matter to you? Maybe I shouldn't read this spoiler. I mean, it's not reading a spoiler. I'll literally just lay it out.
No, Bob, go.
I'm about to say, go ahead, man.
Great.
I'm fine.
Good, because I'm sorry, I get tired of like I remember a friend of mine was like doing spoilers, and he's like saying, wait, this has been out for 30 years. And it's like, yeah, good point. So anyway, this has been out for, 60 years maybe. So anyway, the girl wakes up from a fever dream, and it's freaking a blizzard outside, and the radio is saying how the Earth is moving away from the sun. Now this one I buy more, because it's like, now it doesn't really matter what side the sun is facing, the Earth is facing regarding the sun. The sun is gonna get dimmer. The inverse square law is gonna rear its ugly head. And the girl was just so ecstatic to find out that they were not moving towards the sun, that they were moving away from the sun. And like, when she was in the fever dream, some of the neighbors were trying to go to the North Pole to try to, go north, upstate, wherever they can go to get somewhere a little cooler, even though all of that can do is buy you time. I guess in the inverse scenario, people are going to go to the equator and try to buy time. But I do find solace in the, I find it a lot less chilling to imagine the Earth becoming, swept in perpetual cold. Ironically, because chilling is literally...
Well, being the guy who's living in potential COVID right now, I legitimately have a fucking... My window is like not my window, but my space heater's on, and I got a back warmer right now going full blast. I'm in a blankie. I'm like, yeah.
Well, the beauty of this is that, like, if you're moving towards the sun, there comes a point where you can take off all your clothes and not be cool. Where you go into a pool of water and boil to death. But when it's cold, as long as you have something to burn or an underground complex, you can run things.
What's the old saying? You can fight the heat. You can fight the cold, but you can never fight the heat.
Yeah. So that's why I find solace in the end of the episode. So I thought it was an interesting episode. Just like, I love how they walk through the events. I'm one of those weirdos who thinks about the technical stuff. Like, how much of this can the power grid sustain? Like, I'm literally trying to imagine the transformers and all of the, substations, and I know that they use those oil-cooled transformers. For example, I actually had one blow up around the block for me. It was really weird because the power came back in an hour, and it turns out they actually have like this a gas release bladder thing. It's like a metal plate that when the oil gets like a spark, it like lets the gas or the plasma out so it doesn't damage it, but it has to be reset by a technician. A technician has to come out, turn it off, or take it out of circuit and either replace it or service it. But I just thought it was a really interesting failsafe. But yeah, an oil-cooled transformer uses convection to, radiate through a heat sink. But eventually, when it gets too hot, that's not going to work. So I don't know. I just found that utterly fascinating. So that's episode 1 of the 2 episodes that I distinctly remember. The other one, there's actually 2 more, but there's really one that I remember. The second one's the Simpsons episode, but I know the episode from the real Twilight Zone. But the second one's the one where basically everyone's nagging this guy with Coke bottle glasses. Johnny, you read too much. Oh, you're always in those books. And for one reason or another, everyone dies, and he goes to the library. He's got a stack of books the size of you or me, and he's so happy that he can finally dig into all these books. The glasses fall off his face. They shatter. Guy's blind as a bat. Now he's got eternity with books that he can't.
Yeah, I know. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a wild one. And then the last one I just remembered out of nowhere was the Simpsons episode, but it's pretty accurate. An asteroid's coming, a neighbor has the shelter, in the Simpsons it's Ned Flanders. And, like, he's, like, all about that whole God thing and being nice to your neighbor. And unfortunately, everyone gets, like, into his shelter, and he's left outside his own shelter. Because everyone's a bunch of scumbags. But luckily, everyone gets a good chance to leave the shelter, like, right before the asteroid comes out. I forget why. They all sing a song, and it turns out the asteroid ends up breaking up into small pieces. On the Twilight Zone, I don't remember how the episode ended, but the people of Springfield were much more civil and kinder when push came to shove.
Yeah, I know that's another good episode.
Now, there's one about aliens, I think, and a power outage, but maybe there's one house in a neighborhood with electricity, and I don't know anything about the episode, but a coworker told me about it. Do you remember that one by any chance?
No. My two favorite ones is the episode where Death was played by George from fucking Seinfeld, but Death is. Yeah, it was good. No. It's actually really good. It actually.
Cool. No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, oh my God, he's like, I would love to see. I know Jason Alexander is a good actor.
He can be, right? Like, it's sad that sometimes he doesn't get the love that you think he's going to get sometimes. Sometimes he just kind of gets shit on as an actor, and it's kind of sad because he's actually a phenomenal good actor. Anyway, so here's what happens with that one. He becomes so basically he's like, okay, he talks to this guy. Him and this guy are having conversations. Like, yeah, life is what life is. He's kind of like being nice to this guy, but he's like, I can't really like he's like, well, why do you fucking make your death? Why are you making people suffer? He's like, well, I have to do what I have to do. I'm deaf. It's not how it works. He's like, well, maybe you should just stop being deaf. And he's like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll stop being deaf. And he decides not to be deaf anymore. He's like, well, I'm kind of tired of it myself. So he feels that, it's time to call it quits. What makes it funny is, unfortunately, because he did this, the poor, people who were, suffering, as like one person's like, this person should have died already. They're screaming in pain and they can't seem to die. And he starts realizing, oh shit, I can't, having Deaf use his powers to save people is, he ends the suffering. And he's like, well, so they're having a conversation with him. He's like, you got to become deaf again. It's like, I really don't want to be deaf anymore. I really want to be done with this. It's just, I hate being deaf. I hate making people suffer. This isn't my thing. This isn't what I want to do to people. And he's kind of like saying to people, well, I don't want to be deaf anymore. I'm done. And so all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he, upon the guy finally agreeing he's going to be deaf, he's like, okay, fine. You want me to be deaf so bad? All right, I'll be deaf. And then all of a sudden he hears this woman scream, "Oh, Dr. Such and Such fell from the building." And he's like, you guys like, wait, I fell? He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You died. I the reason I didn't want to become deaf is because I enjoyed our conversations. I enjoyed our friendship. I didn't want to kill you. And so, unfortunately, he had to choose. And because he wanted Deaf to come back, well, Deaf has to do his job. And his job is, unfortunately, to kill this guy. It's like, really? I had to die? It's like, oh, this is why I didn't want to be deaf anymore. This is the reason I wanted to stop. And I kind of like that because that's kind of sad. And he's like, "Well, you ready to go?" And it's shocking because it's really it's one of the it's one of the better. It's one of the better fucking. I'm gonna be not gonna lie. This is one of the better movies out there. Is like, that's a good TV show. I didn't mind another good one is like Stephen King did a lot of weird anthology. Like a lot of the stuff is anthology stuff that they turn into long span movies.
Mm-hmm. Yo, yeah. And long ass movie, double packed VHS tapes.
Yeah. Trying to get life. I'm stabbing people to get life. It's like my blood dagger gives me life. We're doing nothing.
Good old London simulator.
Yeah, I gotta be a pinky blinder here.
Unfortunately, Gov, your subscription to life has ended. You can use that now. Thank you.
Yes. If I get blood, if I make them bleed, it actually adds to my health.
Now I'm gonna skip the Outer Limits because I can't remember any episodes, but it was good. Like I think I've seen an episode with
I can throw out 2 Outer Limit episodes if you want, and then if you want to
sure. And then I'll move on to the Amazing Stories reference, which I never saw either, but I actually know something.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, you want to do the Outer Limits episodes, or you want to go with this?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. The 2 Outer Limit episodes I remember is the one with the sand scorpions. Where the guy's teaching the sand scorpions to be like to deal with him and stuff, and they're creating like weird things, and he starts thinking he's a god.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, is it like real scorpions? Like they get in your body and they make you think you're a god?
No. He thinks because the scorpions like are building statues to him and stuff that he starts like delusions of grandeur and shit. And he starts believing because of ancient stuff. It's actually really kind of a fascinating little side movie idea to it.
Okay, that's pretty creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The other one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no! I thought. Okay, no, I'm sorry. You did one episode. Go on, please. I'm sorry.
The other episode that's interesting is the episode where this guy's like wanted for murder, but he didn't actually kill his wife. But everyone keeps talking to him like he did murder his wife. So they end up on this hunt, and one of the guys that's hunting him is actually the guy who murdered his wife. And at the end of the show, he's like, at the end of the show, they're like, well, you voted for people, you got found innocent and stuff, but now you're hunting the man who murdered your wife. Is that fair? He's like, no, it's not. He's like, is that fair? You now hunting your wife after you advocated for not killing people and you didn't want to die. He's like, yep. He doesn't give a fuck. He just kills. He's just out to kill. He's just out to end the man who murdered his wife, and he doesn't give a fuck. I kind of like how that ends.
I respect it.
It's a good dark episode of that show. I believe that was the Outer Limits. There were three seasons of there's 6 seasons of Outer Limits if you want to really get into the lore of the Outer Limits. But that's the ones I remember. All right, we made our way through, boys. 95% treasure. Fuck off.
Hello. What can I do for you?
All right. So, you wanted the Amazing Tale? Did you want to add stuff to the Amazing Tales?
So
I'm gonna go take a quick pee while you're doing that. But okay. Yeah, I'll be listening in the background. So go ahead, man.
All right. So there was an Amazing Stories episode about B-17 bomber in World War II, and I'm actually going to pull up a video that I'm going to drop a link so that people have a reference after the fact. I'm just making a note. It involves the ball turret gunner on a B-17. Now, I remember watching, I think, videos on various history channels, and one of them was about an incident. I think Andy Rooney was actually interviewed about it. He was a war correspondent or something like that. And basically, the hydraulics got damaged. The ball turret could not be lined up, and in order to exit you could either enter the ball turret from the bottom, or you could enter it from the top. entering from the top lets you go between the inside of the plane, the fuselage, and the ball turret. And so typically, if you had to bail out, your parachute would be outside the ball turret unless you were exceptionally small. You'd have to get out of the ball turret first and then put on your parachute. Now, in one incident, the hydraulics locked up and the guy couldn't position the turret in order to get out. Now, there is supposed to be a hand crank mechanism. I don't know if that was mentioned in the Andy Rooney story, but okay, maybe the hand crank mechanism got jammed because that's supposed to be a fail-safe. So, Andy Rooney tells a story about a plane doing a belly landing where the landing gears did not deploy or not in their entirety, and a man got crushed within the ball turret, and it sounds very convincing and it sounds very sad. But then, like a year ago, I saw a video from a nerd on YouTube. This guy does videos, World War II U.S. bombers is his YouTube channel. And he does pretty good work. He refers, sometimes like he'll talk about the TV show Masters of the Sky.
I actually know the episode you're talking about. They're in the debate about, is this going to murder the man when they land, and they have to land because they're like running fuel. So if the guy's still alive, they're functionally killing this guy. I remember this episode. One of the episodes.
Well, I got news for you. It's based on a story from Andy Rooney, and apparently he may have made it up. Because apparently it's one of these things that's not really going to be a death sentence. And the guy in the video I just linked does a pretty good job breaking it down. This is one of those guys who gets his hands on the documents, the schematics, the operating manual. So he reviewed the operating manual for the Sperry Rand ball turret, which, Sperry Rand is the company that manufactured that particular component for the B-17. This was a hydraulically operated or, electro-hydraulic mechanism that, of course, you got your machine guns or your cannons, and you're sitting there and you move some kind of control, and it'll aim the thing pretty damn rapidly in various directions. Pretty cool looking thing, and I'm sure we've seen this in Star Wars in various ways. So, as it turns out, there is a hand crank. But not only is there a hand crank, there's a manual. In the manual, it tells you the support element that the ball turret is attached to. And so, if let's say, like you were crashing in soil, he indicated in video evidence that, this guy took photo evidence where the ball turret basically just kind of buried itself in the ground. It did not crush the man inside. And another example, let me see here. He showed an example where there was no ball turret on the bottom of the plane. I think in some occasions maybe the ball turret fell off, so it's not like it never happened, but apparently there's no official record of anybody getting crushed in the ball turret. Now, in Amazing Stories...
One second, Jay. I thought this was a Tales from the Dark Side episode for some reason, but you're saying it was Amazing Tales? So I'm kind of like...
In Amazing Stories, they solved the issue by someone drawing like a cartoon ball turret on the bottom, a cartoon landing gear on the plane, and that's what saved the guy. So they're going to those cutesy, feel-good stories where someone draws a cartoon landing gear, and that's enough to basically, ensure that nobody gets crushed in the ball turret. But the story is based on, like, essentially Andy Rooney's report or claim that a man did get crushed because the landing gear didn't deploy. So this guy on the World War II U.S. Bombers YouTube channel, he analyzes it, and he shows an example where, like, you even see like a plane that's been crashed, and in one instance you actually see the ball turret gets pushed up, and you can even see like a little bit of damage on the top of the plane where the structural element would have attached to the top support beam on the plane. But then he goes even deeper. He shows you like the part in the manual that shows you the attachment mechanism, and how if the crew wanted to promote the ball turret into bending or deforming into the plane, or like basically if you detach the support element at the top, when the ball turret gets slammed into the ground, instead of dealing with the full force of the plane, the ball turret would essentially retract inside the fuselage of the plane. And so if, let's say, you had absolutely no other way to get the guy out, the hand crank mechanism is not working, the hydraulics are already locked, and your landing gear is not working, the guy could still be saved. So like I said, once again, there's no official record of anybody ever actually getting crushed in a ball turret, and all of the evidence indicates that this would be like an almost impossible scenario to occur unless you had a crew that never read the manual and didn't have a wrench and didn't care to bother because they didn't like the guy in the ball turret. So I just thought that was kind of interesting because, like, they made a story of it. Never saw Amazing Stories, but, like, I remember I wanted to rent it, and my brother and my mom was like, oh, it's a dumb show. And I'm like, but it looks amazing. Look, it says amazing. Granted, I was like 6 years old, so I thought it said Amazing Stories in the box. That maybe would be, Amazing Stories. But
Yeah.
so anyway, the video has a lot of pictures of the mechanism, pages from the manual. I think there's one of those guys who gets his hands on the manuals and then sells access to his Patreon. So it's like it doesn't give you the link to the manual. You got to find that shit yourself. But I still found it very insightful, and I always love when there's myths that we take for granted from history getting debunked, especially when they're like really like easy to take at face value. Because I mean, I would have always assumed that a ball turret would just like be a death sentence. Like, oh, how strong would that metal be compared to a B-17? Surely the man would get crushed. But apparently, when you actually, it's just like when I'm dealing with people who don't believe in the moon landing or flat Earth, and it's not that I'm not saying it's not okay to not believe in the moon landing, but it's when people try to back it up and they don't. You can tell they literally don't know how any of this works.
We got to piss off people and talk about the flat Earth eventually, because that's one of the. I love.
Like, and look, I get it. People ask, "Oh, why does this do this? Why does this do that?" And it's like, I'll just be like, okay, well, tell me why I have to polar align my telescope. Like, you know, I'm a somewhat smart guy, and it took me a month to figure out how to polar align my telescope. Granted, I had to do it with clear weather, and so, you know, that's usually a limiting factor. But I didn't immediately understand that when I'm at 40 degrees latitude in New York, and I'm looking at Polaris, the North Star, which is as close to the celestial North Pole as you can get. And for those who don't know what the celestial North Pole is, if you are standing on the North Pole looking straight up, that's the celestial North Pole. And so any stars that are in that part of the sky are going to move in a circle around that middle point above your head. And Polaris happens to be close to the celestial North Pole. From the ground, it looks like it's in the middle. But once you zoom in on it, you can tell it's not in the middle. And if you were just like have a camera zoomed in on it, Polaris would look like it's moving in a circle, and it would actually move at the same speed as a 24-hour clock. Like, you know, they have to have clocks with 24 hours on them instead of 12 hours, and it would literally move basically in sync with that. So what you do is, with my telescope mount, I actually have to align the spinny part, the part that spins from east to west. I have to align the front of that with the celestial North Pole, and I use Polaris because once you line it up, if you rotate the mount left and right or east to west, you'll actually be able to see, like, in a little like reticle or like a target HUD, it's like a little piece of etched glass, that it lines up with a circle, and you can make sure it moves along this circle and moves along the lines that you see etched into the glass. And I do this with the computer now. I use software that does the same thing, but it's the exact same principle. There's no way to fudge it. But when you deal with flat Earth, what they'll do is they can't answer that question, or if they do, they'll give you an ad hoc explanation. But the ad hoc explanation fails because it's like, okay, great, then why can't I see the stars in the celestial southern pole? Essentially, if I'm below the equator, I can't see Polaris. If I'm north of the equator, I can't see the constellations in the southern hemisphere, at least the ones that are above the south pole. And they'll come up with excuses. They'll say, oh, it's the vanishing point. They'll kind of do this hand wave thing called the vanishing point. Like, you just can't see things beyond a certain distance, period. And, you know, they got all kinds of interesting ways of trying to show you how the sunlight projects. It just, none of it really makes sense. And then there's no one agreed upon model because individual things in each version of the flat Earth break explanations in the other versions of the flat Earth. So you couldn't combine all the explanations into one cohesive explanation. So that's the point where they'll say, well, I don't know what makes this work. I just know that the official explanation is wrong.
Yeah, it's life.
Yeah, we should rip into it. I'm sorry, I'm just saying you're right, Org. We should rip into it someday in the future. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. So next on the thing with this, we were having fun with this, but Bob, we have a music song we wanted to listen to. We were talking about it, and that is Metroid Prime 4. Is Bob ready to talk about that?
Hold up. Just going back to it. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Silux boss theme.
Yeah, Silux boss from Metroid Prime 4.
I won't lie, it's not bad. What was the thing that I said earlier today about it? Because I'm listening to it as we're talking.
Yeah.
The warbling, I don't know if that was part of like the in-game gameplay.
No,
that's supposed to be like the effect.
That is the annoying effect that. No.
The warbling.
Yeah.
The.
Oh, that was part of it. That was part of the music.
Okay, I was wondering if that was part of, like, describing the environment. Because typically with music, it also has environmental storytelling. That's kind of the gimmick with music in games.
Yeah.
This soundtrack, especially with the guitar, it's like blending old Nintendo soundtracks, especially a lot of the maps that you find in Smash Bros, with some new age stuff that's going down. So my best guess is, like, is this guy just going to be like a skin, or is one of the tile sets from Metroid Prime Beyond going to be in Smash Bros eventually?
His fight is both eclectic and anti. It's kind of a little A, a little B. Best way to put it.
Okay, because I'm not asking about the boss himself yet, but it's the concept of, are they trying to grab that new age sound because Nintendo plans on making this either a map in Smash Bros, or this guy being a character and or a skin for Samus as an option?
Oh, no.
I guarantee you they're probably going to throw his fucking amiibo out there.
Yeah,
if this guy's supposed to be the big bad.
His amiibo is out there to get the special contract. To get certain things.
Didn't they try charging like $30 for the OST or something for Metroid?
Yeah, it's close to 30.
Oh my god, go fuck yourself.
Yep. It's close to 30. That was the big problem I had with it. I was like, Jesus fuck, what the hell's with the price tag here? That's insane.
And what's this guy's deal?
Yeah,
if I could be so bold.
Okay, so it's literally, to get all the soundtrack for Metroid Prime 4, you have to pay.
No, Psylux himself.
Yes, to get that you need Psylux and Samus, the amiibo characters.
I was asking about the boss himself. Like, what is his deal? Why is he here? Why is he the final fight?
Best way to put it, he's got a bone to pick with Samus, because Samus is a better warrior than him, and he doesn't like that.
You know, with Samus having that one fucking sidekick, and then this guy, it's like, oh man, they're really trying to appease the Western audiences, aren't they?
He literally sits at one sidekick, Bob. She gets like a whole unit in this one.
I only know the one guy because he looks like a little nerdy bitch boy, alright? And he's been memed to hell and back. I mean, hell, I sent you a YouTube short about it.
Yeah. No, there's a small army of guys that she gets this time around, and a couple of, like, she gets an annoying sniper that goes hunting and stuff and has all this, like, interesting stuff. There's a sergeant in the army, you know, your token black character. No, it's legit. Like,
no, I'm laughing because I remember South Park. It's like the kid's name is Tolkien.
Yeah,
but everyone calls him Token.
I love that they did that. That was actually so clever, because they were actually just like, they wanted to fucking stick a big thumb up the nose of the fucking people who were whining, complaining about that.
I mean, hell,
yeah.
I like the operatics. That guitar is kind of jamming.
Yeah,
it has a lot of energy behind it. How would I best describe this? I hate to say it, but it really does sound like fighting game music, so that's why I'm thinking of Smash Bros so much. Like this is Smash Bros music. So I assume this fight is supposed to be high octane, and it's a battle between two somewhat equal individuals. Like a final fight, you know, Highlander kind of style shit, but it's sci-fi.
I do like that he has a ball form, and he uses it to steal your energy tanks. And he drives around with your energy tank like a total fucking asshole.
Oh, that reminds me of the spindly robots from, what is it, Risk of Rain, Alloyed Collective. They'll steal your fucking items. An enemy that steals your items in a roguelike, and they'll get taller, and they'll spread the effects of whatever item they stole to nearby allies. So if they steal one of your daggers that causes bleed on hit, well, now all the enemies are doing bleed near him if they hit you.
Luckily, they don't do that in this one. In this one, it's a little less annoying.
Yeah. I mean, granted, if you got your stuff right, They are scary at first, but you'll probably melt them if you got the right items. But I've been screwed over so many times where I wasn't paying attention, because in Risk of Rain 2, there is so much shit going on that I just get an item yoinked. I'm like, you fucker! Give that back! Give that back! And then because of that, he takes my focus away from a bigger threat because I'm trying to get my item back. And then I die because I looked away. That's what I love about Risk of Rain. It's just like those fucking moments. Of course, they added the most annoying enemies possible. They have the ones that tar and torch you. Then they had the ones that are like, oh, hey, if our effect goes off on you, all your items are disabled for like a second. And in Risk of Rain, that's fucking lethal. Especially at higher levels. And then we have other guys that steal your shit. It's like, what the fuck is this DLC? What are you? You're a monster. But yeah, as my response to Psylocke's boss fight, I sent you some Risk of Rain music. I really should have sent you another one that was an actual boss theme. But I think Psylocke's theme, not bad. But I still think of Smash Bros. Rather than Metroid.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Same here. It's that big warp at the end is kind of annoying. But other than that, that's just kind of how it goes with this, eh? So other than that, that seems to be it on the nutshell for that. Not my favorite moment for that. Not my favorite character. I'm just happy it's not fucking Ridley for the umpteenth time for the battle. But
you know what? I'll give you that. It's I'm trying to think. What's another game that has a reoccurring boss that you're just like, oh, not him again? I can't really say Legend of Zelda because Ganondorf kind of put himself into that cycle, so I'm not counting him. You know, because isn't that the kind of the whole thing about the Triforce, is he's stuck in this eternal cycle of losing? Right?
Yeah, it's about right. I was looking for the secret path.
That's why I'm not counting him. If you want to be normies and say fucking William Afton from FNAF, but no.
Yep.
I don't even want to talk about 5 Nights at Freddy's. Go fuck yourself. What's another reoccurring villain that kind of just takes the piss? I can't think of any other franchise that abuses the same guy over again the same way that Metroid uses Ridley.
Well, now Ridley's been removed from the equation. Now it's this Steelix guy who showed up.
It's about fucking time.
I can't remember which Metroid he showed up. He showed up in the DS Metroid. That's what it was.
What was that shit that was in the GameCube Metroid, where it was like a black liquid that made copies that looked like Samus but were weaker?
Oh, Dark Samus.
Dark Samus, yeah. Yeah, it was purple liquid and it would make constant clones.
Yeah, there's that one. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know. Like I said, Metroid Prime 4 has lost some ratings to me, unfortunately, due to the fact that I'm effectively lost here.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, I got one. Okay. The same way that Ridley is overused, and I know Ridley and I guess Mother Brain and the Metroid itself, that little brain sucker, is kind of like the flagship. Yeah, the Metroid itself is the flagship for the Metroid series, like those three. Because obviously you're going to have Samus, obviously. Yeah. Monster Hunter, Rathalos.
Yep.
I understand he's supposed to be the flagship, but can he fuck off for like at least one Monster Hunter? Please?
Yeah, you could say that. So, DJ, you got any boss monsters in video games that are just like, you just want to say, you know, they shouldn't be in the game anymore, you're just kind of done with them?
I've never played D&D.
No, video games.
Video games.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking about how like Metroid overuses Monster Hunter, even though Wilds is supposed to be a completely different area on the world. There's still Rathalos running around.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I did not know that. I just know I played Metroid 1, and I played Metroid of the M, and I just kept quoting my baby, and it reminded me that time for episode with the other baby.
Okay. So you have a video game boss like oh god, this guy again.
Oh, well, boss, like a boss of a particular type, or did you say boss mod?
Something that's reoccurring and you're tired of that specific boss reoccurring.
Okay.
Yep.
That's an interesting one. Well, I'm tired of Palpatine being resurrected, but other than that, damn, I'm drawing a blank right now. Just but like, there's certain games where they rehash the same game and they make a new version, but it's the same game. But that's like Grand Theft Auto, I guess.
That literally, yeah, he's not wrong there.
He's not wrong, yeah.
I mean, like, I play racing games lately. I play, like games where I get to simulate things, like, and those don't have bosses. But, Mario, I don't think it gets old per se. It's a formula, You go after Koopa or whatever the fuck his dinosaur's name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Yep. But can't think of any tropes right now as far as bosses go. I mean, like, generally same thing. Big motherfucker. He's bigger than everyone else in the level. He's harder to fight. Or like recently, Elle updated the boss in her game. And it's a very familiar looking boss. Actually, I think you know this boss. It's not like, but his name rhymes with Gel.
Angry Joe?
Gel. Gel. But no, Elle used the chibi Elle. Remember, the chibi Elle who wears wears red and green stockings or something like that, and it's like literally like a more like chibi version of Elle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the boss. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I think it's a funny boss because the other one was just a knight, and I mean, I kept dying right before getting to the knight. I gotta play more of that game so I can get further now. Like, I would get to the point, and I found out the game just gets progressively harder. But I know we discussed this last week, and I know the game isn't necessarily to your style. Probably you don't like. Maybe it's an anxiety-inducing experience being surrounded by all these, bad guys. Proud of them. I did try the game. It's based on Vampire Hunter. Or was it the other one? Hollow?
Yeah.
I'm
not a fan of the Vampire Hunter aesthetic of this. So it's like, for me, it's been But I get why people like it. It's not a bad game. Like, I've even said, oh, this is a good game. This definitely isn't something I'm interested in.
Yeah, I got you.
As for being surrounded by bad guys, I'm not against being surrounded by bad guys. Look what I'm bringing.
Got another one. This one's not necessarily a boss, but it's a reoccurring item. The Moonlight Greatsword in just every fucking FromSoft game ever.
Well, someone's beating a lot of monsters in Elden Scrolls if he has that sword, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, really, this thing again? I don't even fucking use this thing.
Yeah, I know, same here. But it is. That Breath of the Wild was annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, But no, I'm happy that we got you in. DJ, and like I said, overall, I think it was good. Next week we're gonna probably try to do Fables again. Oh, excuse me.
On top of talking about retro-futuristic sci-fi is what they thought back then.
Yeah, what they thought back then, and hopefully this time we won't. Oh, go ahead, DJ. Sorry.
Oh, there's definitely something there with retro-futuristic sci-fi. Because I know I was mentioning real spacesuits, but there's a reason why in retro-futuristic sci-fi they wear those silver suits that look like they're covered in Mylar. But there's just one.
Yeah, we can have fun with this. Like I said, that's gonna be an interesting beast to have a conversation about, especially with other sci-fi stuff that exists. And like I said, there's sci-fi out there with the idea of hey, even though this is sci-fi, technically it's not, one of those scenarios. I kind of want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think it was a good one. Hello, Vim 3003. It's very similar to Wolf. It's a Wolfenstein. The same guys who made Wolfenstein and other stuff. It's Apogee. And its software worked on, these guys worked on this game, so it's actually kind of fun.
Oh, hey, Ben.
Great, yeah. But hello, we're actually about to end the stream tonight. I'm going to save it. I figured I'd just play something randomly while we got to our fun. And tomorrow for Space Geeks, we're going to be doing. Tomorrow for Throwback Thursday, we'll be continuing our Chronos Trigger as we look at old board games, old military board games. I got a couple. I got to look. I'm going to look for one or two more. I might not find any, but if not, we'll also look at. We're going to have to also look at maybe grabbing a couple other side stuff like. We got a couple of things we can have fun with this. We also do have what we didn't do today was the Fable comic book. We can always do that tomorrow. So thank you everybody for enjoying me wandering around like a mad lad looking for something, not finding where I need to go. I'm happy we got the Blood Mage. Now I think we're getting another class 2. I just don't know what class we're going to get for this game. This game is awesome, and I want more classes because this game's a fucking blast. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have yourselves a very good night. Thank you very much, DJ. Thank you very much, Bob the Marauder. We are a retro community. We have a bunch of retro people like Aros218, LCX, Mitch Maddox, and LDP. I believe they all have their fun there. Is anybody live stream right now there, DJ?
No, just the Monday show on Thursday, coming tomorrow.
Coming tomorrow. And then you might even show up for Throwback Thursday before your show. Your show's at 10, is it not?
It's like somewhere around 11. I aim for 10:45, but I always start late.
Yeah. That guy's playing Chronos Trigger. I don't think anyone's on right now. Yeah, Logan's not on tonight. So okay. All right. So we will see you guys then. Have yourselves a good one. Thank you so much for showing up. Hey, thank you for showing up, Vim. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Throwback Thursday. We are now switching the times to 7 p.m., which means I got to take a nap in the midday when I get home from an odd job. All right, see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.